should we go over all of that again for the show, or should we just dive right into it?
Let's just dive right into it. Attention,
Let's just dive
duelists,
right into
welcome
it!
to the show.
Oh my god, let them start the show.
Attention, Pingus, welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. We're talking about the last kind of bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Almost, maybe. Almost there at the end, right? That's where we are. Season 5.
Got one movie after this, and then we're done.
Yeah.
Last, quote unquote.
I mean, what we watched for this episode is essentially the end of the normal manga story-ish. There was Yu-Gi-Oh! R after this, but, like, does that really count?
Yu-Gi-Oh! R also takes place before this, technically. It's like, I guess if we wanted to put it in anime continuity, you could throw it in anywhere between Battle City and this.
Fair.
It would actually
not
make
anywhere.
a lot more
Not anywhere. Well, not anywhere. It'd have to be before darts or
we're
after
actually quite surprised that Yu-Gi-Oh! R wasn't adapted into the anime, because
just be more filler.
Bandit Keith is a central character. It would make actually more sense to be in the anime than in the manga.
Yeah, well, there you go, Bandit Keith, motherfuckers. But not today. Not today. We ain't talking about Bandit Keith today.
No, what we're talking
Today
about
we're talking
Zorc
about
is
the
even
fact that
commissioned and-
eventually Grandpa Sugaruku started collecting years instead of chips.
Good.
Four
Yes,
Kids even
indeed.
commissioned an entire new miniseries, and Yu-Gi-Oh! R was not adapted.
Yep.
They commissioned
But
an
no,
entire
so-
new... Oh god, that's funny.
So anyway, we got a nice little flashback to start things off. I'm not sure if it's
Literally,
immediately
that's
at the start
how
of the
this
episode.
entire... Honestly, I feel like this should have been the start of Season 5.
Yeah.
Or it have been like the duelist tournament or whatever it was called, Kaiba Grand Prix. That should have been Season 5. This should have been Season 6. Because they're basically completely fucking different.
Oh yeah, entirely. Kaiba Court Grand Prix was all filler. This is all real stuff.
Quite literally, all
one
real
thing,
stuff.
since I wasn't there for the last episode, I just want to say one thing about that whole arc.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what y'all watched it on, but if you read the description for the episode on Crunchyroll for the first episode of that season, it was something along the lines of, now the gang faces their most trying test yet. How are they going to get home with no money?
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. This is emphasis on real stuff, because there are only 2.5 card games in this entire arc.
That's true. Actually, yeah. Oh, but first off, we start off with a bit of a little flashback. So, we get a flashback for Yugi's grandfather when he was young and hot.
Yeah, he's badass.
God damn it.
He's a true badass here. Like, can't even... He's
He
Indiana Jones.
is Indiana Jones.
I love the implication that he's not even an archaeologist. He's just a fucking gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what they say, and
A
I was
man
so
can have
confused.
hobbies. He can be both. He can be an archaeologist and a gambler.
Yeah,
Well,
he
no,
can,
but
but
that
they-
literally
they-
all he does was just travel the world for the most dangerous game.
That's literally, that's what he says. He says that. He doesn't say he's an archaeologist. However, I guess he could be an archaeologist who specializes in gambling, but, you know... Hey, it's possible. Maybe he got his doctorate in, ancient Egyptian snooker or something. Who cares?
Look, archaeology.
Hey, at the
archaeology
very
can
least,
be
if
dangerous.
that turned out to be true, that would fill the plot hole in fucking Season 0, where Yami Yugi's just like, I know 3,000 years worth of card games and shit.
Look, archaeology is varied and confusing, just like everything else. Mostly
Yep.
me. But
that was the funny.
yes. Perhaps in this world there are archaeologists like Arthur Hopkins who specialize in, calm, quiet, dig up a hole and there's treasure inside. And then there are Indiana Jones type archaeologists that need to adventure through temples with traps and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
yeah, so Sugoroku does a bit of all that.
Also, the card that he played in Kaiba whatever Creek.
Looks just like him.
The filler.
Yeah.
Yes. Legendary Gambler was a card that depicted him in an earlier bird cameo. Yes.
Ah, neat.
Apparently,
Yeah,
Pegasus made a card about this man that he kidnapped.
I guess.
All right. Also, earlier in the show, long ago, when the world was young, Josie once said that Sugoroku, Solomon, whatever we're calling him,
Yeah.
that he was both Indiana Jones and Indiana Jones' dad. This is why. We accidentally spoiled it.
I
yes.
don't remember that, but okay.
I do remember that.
We
Yep.
have a very strange memory. We forget what we do from moment to moment, but not random bits of trivia.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
anyway, he's raiding this tomb as you do, with these two, I guess Egyptian escorts.
And one of
and-
them
never
has
stated,
stupid, and
but,
one of
yeah.
them has ridiculous buck teeth. I guess.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's the one that gets to die.
They
yes.
both die, but he
Well,
dies
yeah.
first.
They both die, but he dies first because one of them
Yeah.
because obviously you wouldn't give a gun to an invalid.
Obviously.
Obviously, I hate it. I hate
but
it.
anyway, yeah, it's basically
he
they go in
can't, he
this
can't
tomb.
be the one who has the gun just because he has buck teeth. He's a person just like everyone
This is
else. Let him have nice things.
This is oppression.
So yeah,
Correct.
they go into this tomb and it's full of booby traps. And
Boobies?
Solomon Sugoroku, he says, "Look, you guys, you got me this far.
Look, you guys
you might as
wait
well
here,
have any
I
treasure
will
we
go
So
play
find."
with the
that's
boobies.
why he has the titty zone.
Yes. You guys wait here. I will be the one to play with the titties. Yes.
But they're like, "No, we want to go in there and take treasure." And he's like, "Okay, I guess I'm just here for the puzzles."
Yeah. So yeah, he
Uh,
figures out there's like a thing, and they can't walk on it, and it's bad, and it shoots.
Yeah, there's a bunch of traps in there that are all about
bunch of
like
traps.
respecting and being courageous
respecting-
and stuff.
You
So
literally
this
have
is-
to shuffle along this pathway over a bottomless pit with your left foot forward.
we were
Otherwise,
singing
these magic statues will fucking Lewa hatchet you to death.
We
Yeah,
had
that is
we
the
had the
thing.
Walk Like an Egyptian song stuck in our head while this was happening.
You've
is
been
literally
watching
what
too
it
much
is.
JoJo.
Not really, actually. We need to get reacquainted with it so we can finish part 4. We never finished part 4.
You
did-
haven't even finished part 4. Part
Part 4
5
is the
is
best
done.
one. Part
That
4 is the best one, though.
That is
Yeah,
okay. We meant 5.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna
That's
say.
understandable. Part
Yoshi,
5
you
sucks.
Liam, I don't.
Hey, that is a controversial opinion, apparently.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Josie's a bit scattered lately.
Yeah, I ain't blaming you. I watched it as it aired, so like, me and my brother would sit down and watch it every week. It was great.
Same.
Yes. Giorno
But your
had
brother?
just.
Wait, we're going back. Liam has a secret brother.
Oh, shut up. You know what I meant.
Secret. I'm sorry.
I do
Now
that
technically
now that
have a
Joni-
secret sister, though.
Oh, have you met them?
No.
No, they're just secret.
Now,
They're
Now
a
that
It's a
secret
secret
even
to
to
everybody.
Okay.
now that Josie is many, we consider ourselves sisters.
This is good.
Okay.
Yes. If your
Anyway,
family
so-
sucks, be your own family. Yes.
Anyway, so
Well, yeah,
the reason they
we
gotta
had a point
shuffle
to say.
along with their left foots forward is because it's like respectful to the pharaoh. You put
Yep.
the foot which is closer to your heart forward, so it's like you're giving up your life to the pharaoh. It's
Yep,
a whole
as-
respect thing.
As luck would,
Put your
as
left
fate would
foot
have
in.
it, as fate would have it, this happens to be Yami Yugi's tomb.
So what you're saying is to pay respect to the pharaoh, you just got to do half the hokey pokey.
Yes.
You put your
That
left
is-
foot in and then just leave it there.
Yes. Yes. But this is a real bit of Egyptian lore, we believe. Yes,
I think
yes?
so. It sounds real.
Sounds real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
There is
sound
some weirdly
made up.
accurate Egyptian lore in this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, they don't.
We'll
they
get to
don't-
the garlic.
The garlic thing?
The fucking
We'll get to the garlic
garlic
thing
Yeah, they don't.
later. For
But
now,
yes,
Takahashi actually bothered to read a book, I guess.
Hey, Chip from the future here. Quick note on the garlic thing, because we forgot to bring it up later in the episode. So basically there's this bit where Bakura takes a bite out of a garlic, just a raw piece of garlic. And I was thinking, wow, that's kind of weird. I wonder if that's like a thing. So I looked it up, and yeah, it turns out it's a thing that people did in ancient Egypt when they went on hikes at night. You know, just going through the desert. They'd chomp on some garlic because it gives them garlic breath, and they thought garlic breath was strong enough to ward off evil spirits. So, yeah, he's chomping on garlic to keep spooky spirits away from him. And I thought that's pretty neat. So they go deeper in the tomb, and now there's another walkway across a bottomless chasm, but this one's got pictures of monsters on it. And it
Shit.
says, only the courageous shall get across and be cool, I guess.
Yes, apparently if you're weak of will, it summons a dual spirit to eat you.
Yeah, that
We
seems to be
literally-
what happened. He literally, the
We
guy
believe
literally
this-
gets eaten by what
Yes.
shitty Nilla was it? Was it a?
I
it was
think
like,
we believe it was crawling dragon.
Yeah,
Not,
that
not
was-
the one who
Imagine
used-
imagine getting vored by a Nilla.
a shitty Nilla, as I call it, a shitty Nilla.
a lot of the cards. So half of the dual spirits in this season are original creations that came from nowhere else, and the other half are cards that would just be shitty Nillas in the card game.
Yeah, the
Also,
card-
what the
cards
hell
you
is
would-
with this season and Vor? Seriously.
Zor is sexy, Liam.
Shut up.
Most people don't disagree, but okay.
Look, all
Do
I'm
not
saying is the
kink sh-
Egyptians worshipped furries, so you know.
Oh yeah, that is true. They were all
Do
furries.
not kink shame crawling dragon. He is beautiful in his own way.
Yes. So anyway,
Sheep.
through this
Wait.
Vor altercation, Sugoroku ends up getting knocked off the edge, but he doesn't die because he gets like a vision of the Pharaoh who says, "Oh, Shimon, I've been waiting for
No,
you."
you can't forget, like, he literally got fucking shot before that.
Oh yeah, he got shot through the shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah.
I forgot
So
about
he's
that.
hanging here bleeding out, and then just has a fucking fever dream of the Pharaoh.
Yeah, I forgot he got shot. Oh,
As we will learn in when we see the movie, the Pharaoh is very powerful once he knows his name. And he presumably did not have his memory erased while he was sleeping.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got godlike powers.
I'm not sure what you mean, because it's, from what I gather, I mean, I'm gonna try not to spoil this too much before we get there, but, like, the whole point of sealing you-know-who was
Yes.
it needed to seal the Pharaoh's name and his memories at the same time
Okay,
in order
but
to
see,
do it. So
the
yes,
fact
his
that-
memories were sealed while as soon as he died.
Okay, but okay.
Okay.
It's very weird then, okay? Look.
Yeah.
Our explanation didn't fit, but what else would? Why did the Pharaoh just randomly show up to rescue this one guy? Was he able to detect? Was the bridge able to detect that he
so
was pure
hard
heart?
to believe in the canon of Yu-Gi-Oh! That this guy just looked at Sugoroku and said, you look something like me. You will bore my incarnation now.
No. Specifically, Sugoroku is a reincarnation of
Shimon.
one of the Pharaoh's priests.
Right, but
Who also
he
happens
wouldn't
to look
know
exactly
that. He
like
would
him
just
for some
know
reason.
that they look similar.
Oh, no.
Why
He
does the
specifically says, "Shimon, I've been waiting for
Why
you." Like
does the
he calls him by name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Why does the Pharaoh look so similar to Shimon if they are unrelated?
I don't know. That's such a weird thing.
It's
Yeah, I didn't
not.
You know what
understand
this
this.
shit reminds me of? This
Well,
shit reminds me of the fucking Sonic Storybook series.
How dare you?
What if
Where
it
like
turned out?
all the characters are brought back into different forms
Liam?
just for brand recognition's sake,
Liam?
regardless
Liam?
of how
Liam?
little sense it makes.
Liam, how dare you? The Sonic Storybook series was based off of this.
Okay,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
So what if
So-
people-
A not insignificant portion of the lore established in this season was first established in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories to the PlayStation 1, and then PlayStation 2 had Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of Roses, which was what if the War of Roses, but card games. And all the
Look, I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying that's what it fucking reminds me of, okay?
Sonic and the Nameless Pharaoh.
Yes, we are being...
There's
we are
the
being
lost third game, that's the lost third game in the series.
Yes,
They
darling.
couldn't
we are
finish it
being...
because they didn't know the Pharaoh's name.
Yes, darling. We are being mean to you and Jess. You are fine.
So, anyway, he gets back up, with, his shoulder's still bleeding out, but he walks to the end of the tomb, and he's like, oh, nice, there's a fucking box here. He picks up the box and leaves with it. And it's the box that had the Millennium Puzzle in it.
We do not
and
believe
he-
it's ever acknowledged. We do not believe it's ever acknowledged, but it is. The Millennium Puzzle and its box are solid gold. They are presumably quite valuable.
Yeah.
But he
Also, its
fucking-
proper name is the Millennium Pendant, not Puzzle, because it's not supposed to be broken.
But he fucking keeps it.
They
I
all,
guess.
even in the flashback, even in the memory world, they call it the Millennium Puzzle.
No, they don't. They call it the Pendant.
Oh?
At least in the subs I was watching.
Anyway, yes. He fucking keeps it. I guess.
Yeah.
Why does
And,
he?
Because
Yeah. He
it's
really,
a puzzle,
he really,
and he just loves games.
He really is just into archaeology for fun. He just keeps a hold of the treasures. We are willing to allow it in this case because of destiny and bullshit. He was
Oh yeah,
What
this is
was it up
definitely
with-
illegal.
I mean, put it this way. How many people have tried to take that thing before, and they just fucking died on the spot? So, obviously, yes, because Destiny, he was allowed to have it, but if he wasn't, it would still be there.
Let's
True.
see. Ishizu was stated to be the head of archaeology. Just all
Yes.
archaeology in the world.
I believe that's right, yes.
Presumably, the Egyptian government is aware of the millennium items and their lore. So they presumably were like, all right, so if someone steals this, we just kind of let them, right?
Yeah, because nobody who isn't supposed to steal it will be able to.
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly, yes.
The fucking intro of the show back in the season 1 when they wouldn't fucking stop playing it at the beginning of every damn episode made a very big point of saying that anyone who touched the puzzle would just die.
In the flashback in the movie, Shadi is seen with the Millennium items that have not yet been claimed, and someone approaches him and asks for one, and he says, "Oh yeah, if you can touch it and don't die, you can have it." It's that easy. He offers him a bag of money, and Shadi's like,
that's consistent with later on. Like, that's basically
yes.
what happened to Pegasus.
"It is absolutely consistent." Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Anyway,
we'll talk-
so-
He was a
talk
little
about
more
how-
violent about it with Pegasus.
well, yeah.
By the way, it took us 2 hours to get through that entire scene because just every second of that happened. We are going to have a field day when we get to that, when we do the episode for that movie. Let me tell you.
Okay. So, anyway, while all this is going on, except not while all this is going on, back in the present day, I mean,
Yes. So apparently, this was a story Sugoroku was telling his grandson. Yuki had asked him because, well, the filler is over, so he wants to help the Pharaoh get his memories back and shit.
Yeah, I guess Yugi just figures now's as good a time as any to ask, like, where the hell did Grandpa even find this thing?
Hey, Grandpa, where did you find this thing? I'm probably supposed to go there. Because of
Well, you
destiny
see, it
and
all
shit.
happened back in the summer of 1942.
We are most unclear of how old this man is actually supposed to be.
He seems to just
1842.
He seems to just be infinity years old.
Yeah.
Yes. His age is older than everyone else.
Do we believe Yugi is going to look like this when he is in his 40s? Or like Indiana Jones?
In his 40s!
No. We mean Indiana Jones Sugoroku. Do you think Yugi is going? Do you think Yugi is going to grow into that?
Probably.
Never in any Yu-Gi-Oh media whatsoever has Yugi ever been depicted as older than Yami was.
Yeah, this ain't no JoJo Part 4, where we get to see Joseph evolve into a fucking, what is he, like 104 by the
Something
time of
like that.
Diamond is Unbreakable?
Mr. Takahashi, please, you're not listening, but if you are, please, we would love to see what Yugi looks like as a man. And not a boy.
Yes.
Actually,
anyway.
wait, a 40-year-old man, yes. We believe he would have been in his 20s in 5Ds, his late 20s. Why did we say 5Ds? We meant GX.
Yes. Joseph was 79 in Part 4.
Yes. We believe the oldest we all will ever see Yugi is in his late 20s at the most, because we're very bad at math.
Okay.
So yeah, you will see 10 years from this and GX. See,
So he
funny
would be
thing,
24, so that's his mid-20s.
Well, you see
so-
half of his head.
Yeah,
You see his chin.
yeah, you don't see him
Well,
until
Near the end
see him?
of GX, you see parts of him lower, is like torso
You see
and
him- you
legs.
see him during, I think, Battle City.
Oh my god, they show Yugi's dick!
Yes, he's quite tall.
Oh my!
No.
Oh yes, imagine. Anyway,
Yes, he's he's
This
quite.
is the series finale of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is just a half hour of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi full frontal.
Yes, there's
no.
a reason.
This is a
There's a
still
reason.
image on screen. That's the
the
entire episode.
The entire final season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is porn. That is why 4Kids refused to dub it.
see, it all makes sense.
Oh, Christ.
Anyway, so, back in the present day, Rex and Weevil want to steal Yugi's shit, I guess.
And I want
Again.
those Egyptian god cards so fucking bad they've just
Yeah.
become petty thieves now.
Yeah,
Yep.
they just break into his fucking house.
The joke is on them. Yugi probably keeps those somewhere other
Yeah,
than
they aren't even fucking in the thing they steal.
Yeah, Yugi is packing a bag full of the Millennium items because they won't fit on his person. Trading cards will fit on his person. They are not in this bag. These two are morons.
But
Yep.
look on the bright
Dude,
side.
that's been
It gives
well
an excuse
established.
to run into the final boss.
Yep,
Yes.
Sure does.
Bakura shows up, and
With a snazzy new jacket, by the way.
yes.
Otherwise the same, but with a new trench coat.
It's because
Yeah.
villains wear.
Black
It's
to
because
show
villains.
he's evil.
It's because villains wear. And he's wearing his favorite shirt, the one he wore in season 1. Yes.
Yep. I like to
Yes,
think he's only got the one shirt, he just found this trench coat, like, lying in the alleyway.
Probably from someone he stabbed. I don't know.
Maybe.
I like to
and
imagine
Bakura-
it's like that. I like to imagine it's like that scene from Seinfeld with Kramer in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, where it's just like the scene where the hat blew off a woman and it just runs down, like blows down the street, and he just picks it up and puts it on.
Yes, that does sound like
Yeah.
Bakura. We do not.
So-
The Yami Bakura doesn't appear to eat while he's him.
I mean, we've pretty well been on to the. We've pretty well established at this point that all of Bakura's metabolic functions are stopped when he's being possessed.
Whenever the host wakes
because
up,
he can't even bleed
Whenever-
until the Yami side drops out.
Well, as we can see in the movie, Yamabakura is way more powerful than we imagined. He can shoot fucking bolts of energy, apparently, but chooses
he did that back in Duelist Kingdom against Pegasus, didn't he?
No, he shot lasers.
Oh wait, no, that was Shadi.
This is different.
Yeah, okay.
It's incredible, and he, why the fuck are you just playing card games? You know Yugi's just going to win every single time.
Look, Bakura's basically been on a fucking rant every time he's on screen, is that I need Yugi to win so that I can get him to this point or whatever, so what else is he gonna do with his time?
Fair
He
enough.
doesn't want to kill everyone that quickly.
Fair enough. Anyway, so Rex and Weevil
That's what
open
Yami Merrick was for.
Anyway, so Rex and Weevil open Yugi's gym bag and see the precious solid gold Egyptian artifacts and say, "What the hell is this crap?"
Yeah.
They do. They could have sold
They
them for
literally do.
tons of money, but instead
They are
they're just
solid
so
gold.
Stupid. They're
Even
so
if you don't care
fucking
about the
stupid.
magical qualities they possess, they are solid gold.
You're so fucking stupid.
And they are
Oh.
rare Egyptian artifacts at that.
But they're not as rare as the God cards, and that's what they want.
Yes. Yes, card games rule the world in this society. Yes, yes. But Bakura shows up, and he... What does he do? Kill them or something?
I think he tries to,
He knocks
but then
them out.
Yugi shows up.
But then Yugi shows up. Bakura steals the Millennium Ring because of course he does.
But yeah, he gives back all the other items, but takes the ring. He's just like, yeah, no, this
Yes.
is mine.
Apparently Yami Bakura is able to exert influence over regular Bakura just whenever.
Yeah, that's one of the few things I didn't quite understand about this, because it's very different in a way from how the Millennium Puzzle works, but it's also kind of not. It's like it just kind of does whatever it wants whenever the plot thinks it's convenient.
Yeah, Yami
It's,
Bakura just sort
It's
of
like that.
exists
Remember back
forever.
in Duelist Kingdom when Honda threw the fucking thing off a fucking castle cliff,
Yeah, and then
and he
somehow
just fucking like spawned it back out of his fucking chest.
It has to do
Yeah.
with the level. It has to do with the levels of power the spirits possessed before they were imposed in the items.
And we already established that the Millennium Ring crawled back to him on its own using his little spindly things.
it just
Uh,
walked like an insect.
Our idea was that one of the groundskeepers on Duelist Kingdom found it, was possessed, and then lovingly and carefully mailed it back to Bakura. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lovingly.
Yes.
Well, whatever the
One
case,
must
Bakura's
must
moving
simply
towards his endgame now.
One must simply respect themselves and do just. We imagine that Yame Bakura carefully polishes the ring when it gets dirty. We would love to see that. Yes.
Yeah. So his whole thing right now is he's trying to get everyone to get their butts in gear, get over to Egypt, and bring all the items. Yeah.
Except Yugi wants to go himself because he keeps thinking his friends don't. He keeps thinking, "Oh no, I've inconvenienced my friends too much." Like, no, Yugi, this is awesome. They love being involved in this.
Yeah,
All of
it's
this.
practically his catchphrase at this point to say, "I don't want to put you guys through any more danger." And then they say, "No, let us, you idiot."
The Pharaoh is basically a god on this earth, and like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They're friends with a god. How do you all feel about being friends with a god?
It's okay.
It's pretty.
We are making a joke. We feel ourselves a goddess these days.
Anyway, so
We're not serious about it. It's a joke. It just makes us feel good.
so yeah, Bakura tells Pharaoh, he tells Yugi and by extension the Pharaoh, you gotta play the ultimate shadow game with me, and then just leaves. But then he
I
kidnaps
want to point
Yeah.
out that when this shadow game starts, there are some distinct differences from the manga. Like in the manga, they never actually went to Egypt.
We will get to Bobasa.
The tablet never went back to Egypt. It was still in the museum.
Oh.
The shadow game was not played on some floating table in the middle of the ether. It was in a back room of the museum, which is owned by Bakura's father, apparently.
Oh.
And one of the pieces of the fucking energy that Bakura ended up using to make this shit happen was literally the desiccated corpse of Akhenaten.
Oh.
Yeah. We get to see.
We do so enjoy
corpses.
how ridiculous the adaptation got, especially one such as Bobasa.
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Don't
Well,
talk
When we
about
get to him,
Don't
it
remind
is going
me
to
of
be
Hungry
glorious,
Man.
but we're not there yet. We simply cannot.
We will get to Hungry Man eventually.
Bobasa, the bow in Bobasa stands for Boba Gold Glutton.
Stop.
No. Please, no. Okay. So, anyway. Now, Bakura's gone off to go fuck with Kaiba, so he kidnaps
yes,
Mokuba.
he has to take care. He forgot to fight one of the robot masters, and he really needs their weapon. So he's playing Mega Man, and he really needs to fight one of the bosses to get their
Yes.
weapon.
So
Because
he's like, hey,
apparently-
Kaiba, I kidnapped all your brother and
Oh,
put
shut
him in a
up.
trading card.
Oh my god, this happens every time.
And, yeah.
Mokuba
And Kaiba's
has
like,
been
what the
kidnapped
fuck? It's
so-
only been 5 minutes.
Mokuba has been kidnapped so many times.
I am rude.
All the world's cards are mine.
And it really is just Tuesday for Kaiba, because all Bakura wants to give him his brother back, a card game.
Yeah. And
And
Kaiba's
they
just like,
don't even finish it.
fine.
He literally, all he wants is to just play one monster and attack a blue eyes white dragon with it. That is his entire plan.
I don't think
Yeah,
he
he doesn't
even
even
needed to
want-
kidnap Mokuba. I think if he just went up to Kaiba and said, hey, want to play a card game? Kaiba would have been like, hell yeah, I want to play a card game.
Oh no,
Well,
he would
he's
have
too
to.
busy
He would
with
have to
work.
nag him a bit. He would have to nag him a bit. Kaiba is very prideful and refuses to play card games with anyone unless you challenge his pride. Which Yamabakura is an asshole and would have no trouble doing that.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he just
Hey,
presumably
Kaiba, you got
he just-
stupid
Hey,
hair. Play a
Kaiba,
card game.
your brother's a bitch and your deck sucks. Fight me.
Presumably Mokuba just wanted to kidnap Mokuba for fun.
Anyway, they duel. The duel is just basically I summon Diabound and Lol. So he basically keeps using it until Kaiba attacks Diabound Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then Diabound absorbs the burst stream of destruction. He's like,
And
yo,
it's-
that's all
it's-
I need! And then he
It's
looks
really
What
quite
kind of
odd.
annoys me is that this is apparently the first time he's used Diabound.
Yes, it is. Diabound
There
just
was a-
shows up here, out of nowhere.
We
Like,
interpret
And it's
it as
important. It's very important.
And
Yep.
then, like,
We
he
interpret
leaves.
it-
He leaves after this. He's like, "Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm out." And then he leaves.
We
He got the
interpret it
burst
as-
stream, and now he's done. And he goes.
Oh, but
We
then he throws
interpret
the
it-
eye at Kaiba.
Yeah, he throws the
Okay.
Millennium Eye at Kaiba. So he's like, "Yo, take this," and then he leaves.
So here's our explanation. We believe that Bakura did not play Diabound earlier because he kept it in a special place. If he had kept it with him in Duelist Kingdom, his host might have traded it away or something dumb. He can't have that.
I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
Yes. So Yami Bakura kept Diabound in a very special place until the time was right. And it would probably made a bit more sense to duel Kaiba using Diabound a bit earlier because he was on a bit of a time crunch here.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Well,
as soon
a
as
little
the sun comes up, Oh no, Yugi is going to the airport at the crack of dawn. Literally the crack of dawn. I have to go now. I am evil. Here, have a dismembered eye.
Yeah.
Okay, but considering that the fucking mind parasite or whatever it's called was still in the Millennium Puzzle, Baccarat didn't actually need to be anywhere.
Okay, yeah, that's
no.
something that I really want to know. Like, what the hell was the point of the mind parasite? It's just in the puzzle until, like, he meets back up with Yugi in Egypt, and then he just fuses back with it. It did nothing. It just existed.
I think the point of it was, like, the Millennium Puzzle will only let the Pharaoh into the Millennium world because his soul is in the puzzle. Nothing that's not in the puzzle will be allowed in.
Yeah.
So that's why, when Shadi, spoilers, sends everyone into the Millennium world, they had to go through the puzzle first.
I guess.
So that's why the parasite mind was in the puzzle. But what doesn't make sense is why the rest of Baccarat had to be there for that to work.
We're just confused about just the entire mechanics of Diabound and Blue Eyes. The rule set of the card game
Diabound is Kirby. What don't you get?
The rule sets the rule sets of the card game versus the Shadow games?
Yeah.
Fuck. I guess that is what they are.
Yes.
The rule set of the card games versus the Diabound does not have the effect to absorb powers in the card game, but it does in Egypt, and therefore it retroactively did in the card game in the future. And also, the Blue Eyes White Dragon is not strong. The attack of the Blue Eyes White Dragon is not strong enough to kill any of the Egyptian gods in the card game. But in Egypt it is?
Yep. That's right.
Because they said so. Yeah.
The reason that the Blue Eyes White Dragon is considered stronger than the god cards is because of the numerous amounts of support cards the Blue Eyes White Dragon has. It is one of the most heavily supported archetypes in the game because of the popularity.
I mean, I'm just willing to bet that the base strength of there's obviously a set base strength to a person's Ka, but it can be augmented depending on their willpower at a given moment. That's my headcanon.
Yeah.
Yes,
makes sense.
that lore is established in the manga tie-in to Dark Side of Dimensions. We're unsure why it wasn't established in the movie. In the movie proper.
Anyway.
Wait, so are you telling me that Dark Side of Dimensions is manga canon, and it has its own separate manga canon?
No, it is a prologue. It's like a chapter at most. Basically,
okay.
Sarah duels Kaiba, summons a monster, and uses willpower to make its attack power over 8,000 points. Which shouldn't be possible, but whatever.
8,000? That's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
She has a skill in dueling that just sets its attack points to that. It's quite humorous.
So, Yugi and the gang, they go to Egypt. They have a big old flight there, and they meet up with the Ishtars. Yeah, they're just hanging out, being cool. Marek's not a bad guy anymore. Nice.
Apparently, Destiny just told them, hey, the boys are coming back in town at this exact day.
Boys are back in town.
Rashid does not get a single line. I am sad.
Yes, his voice actor couldn't be reached, assumably.
Probably.
He has no lines at all. It's ridiculous. Like,
he just stands there.
Like, but isn't his voice... Oh, wait, no. In English, they use his voice for Shada.
Ah, okay.
I had assumed that they were the same character reincarnated, because they look the same. He presumably only shot... Oh, sorry.
He presumably only spoke in Battle City he was, like, doing stuff. He presumably does not speak unless he needs to. He's a strong silent type and all that.
He doesn't speak unless spoken to. He's a slave, you know.
So Shada...
Well, that is true.
Since he looks exactly like Rashid, no hair. They were.
We
same
honestly
thing.
couldn't tell if Shada was supposed to be Rashid or Shadi.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it was
couldn't
supposed to
tell.
be Shadi, to be honest.
The
Yeah,
similarity
but-
in name confused us. But
Yeah.
Shadi was apparently Hassan.
Hassan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Shadi
And then
is
also
Hassan.
Bobasa is Hassan?
Yeah, except in the manga where Hassan is Bobasa instead.
But also Bobasa is Shadi, maybe?
Yes, so the whole thing is so confusing. Like, so I
This
just
is
was like,
so
okay,
weird.
Yeah, Shadi was definitely Hassan.
This
but
is so
I
weird.
don't
We
fucking-
love this show so much.
Oh my god! I want you in the dark side
Shadi
of
was
dimensions.
Hassan, Shadi was Hassan, but Bobasa was also Hassan. But Bobasa may never have existed at all, so we don't know who Bobasa really was.
Oh, and also
is
Bobasa
just
and Hassan
Shadi
are...
after
And both of them
Bobasa
are
is
the
just-
stone tablet as well.
Bobasa
Yeah,
is just Shadi from an alternate universe where he developed an eating disorder and ate until he was until he was literally an air balloon.
Like, okay, when we finally do see who Shadi is in Dark Side Dimensions, you're gonna be like, this makes no fucking sense. Because it does.
Oh, yes. This is why, as we said, it took us 2 hours to bring ourselves to get through that scene with that flashback with Shadi. We will talk about it when we get to the movie, but let us tell you, you will be in for an earful. Let me tell you.
It doesn't make any
okay.
fucking
Yes.
sense.
If you think
So-
we're talking too much now, oh boy!
So, yes, they go to the place where the Ishtars are keeping the tablet of memories, which is the one that depicts the Pharaoh versus Seto priest boy. And Yuki's like, okay, right, time to show the god cards. Just holds them up to the tablet and gets sucked into his puzzle or whatever.
Yep, and then Yagami gets sucked in quite inelegantly. It is most humorous.
Yeah,
Like, he
And
just
then
like...
Bakura happens.
because
just, like-
Bakura was coming down the stairs and then he fucking
He
falls
just,
down the
like-
stairs.
Like, he's just pulled out of the Millennium Puzzle upside down and tumbles into the tablet backwards. It's most humorous. Bakura's entrance into the tablet is much more elegant.
He's been practicing this for a long time. He doesn't want to mess this up.
Yes. Like we said, we are sure that he lovingly polishes the ring that he's trapped in, just like all the time when he's off screen.
Yeah.
He's
like, I'm gonna make a sick entrance. Watch this.
He is most definitely into his whole villain aesthetic. Yes.
Yeah. And also a note that the wiki just told me. Apparently, when Bakura entered the memory world, that released Rex, Weevil, and Mokuba from their thing.
That is
Apparently.
quite good. Mokuba was in a coma.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they were in a thing.
Yeah, they were in a thing.
Mokuba was
Apparently.
in a coma, and we see that Kaiba just immediately went back to work, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't remember Mokuba being in a coma. All I remember seeing was
You read it on the
Bakura
wiki.
coming on to Kaiba's video phone, holding
Liam?
up Mokuba, and when he started struggling, he just fucking punted him in the head.
He did
Liam?
do that.
Liam, pay attention. Chip read it on the wiki, and as we all know, the wiki is immutable.
Of course. Anyway, so let's see. So what
yes,
happens
Kaiba
then?
just
I guess then
immediately
we
went-
actually enter the memory world, right?
Kaiba does not strike me as the person who would do work while his brother is in a coma. He would just stop at nothing to ensure that his brother was not in a coma.
I suppose so.
He
Anyway.
literally defies magical powers at points in this show and in the movie. He defies magic. If his brother is in a magically induced coma, he will make it stop happening.
I suppose so. Anyway, so now we actually get into the memory world, which is kind of the memory world and kind of a weird video game construct. It's a little unclear on the balance there, but
He calls
you know,
it. Bakura calls it the Dark RPG.
Yami no RPG.
No, they're literally playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories on the PS1.
Okay.
None of this is real, but none of
If
this
it was,
is real.
Okay. No, they aren't,
Okay.
because if they were, the only Yugi would just be constantly summoning Thunder Dragon.
Some
Yes,
of
yes.
this is real, most of it isn't. Like,
It's
Bakura inhabits a character, so he's real. Yugi inhabits a character, so he's real. And if what I'm gathering from at least in the manga canon, according to the wiki, Akhenaten is real.
All right, so here's what the deal is. We were joking about this being exactly the Forbidden Memories game on PS1, but it is, in fact, they are basically playing a video game on New Game Plus. The Pharaoh has already experienced these events, and apparently did very good. He got the neutral ending. He wants to try again to get the new ending, but he doesn't remember anything about the game's narrative.
I also want to point out, I'm pretty
It's like
sure,
coming
I could
back
be
to a
mistaken,
game
but I'm
after,
pretty
like,
sure
20
that
years.
I'm pretty sure that the table for the Dark RPG, at least in the anime, is the same as the duel table in Shattered Memories.
Forbidden Memories.
Forbidden Memories, whatever.
neat.
Yes. But, yes. So, it's been a couple centuries since Yami, last played through Forbidden Memories. So, he is not quite familiar with the narrative, but he grabs the gist of it. He grasps the gist of it.
Yeah. So
He has
so
no idea who
basically-
the hell Mahato is, but he's doing a very good job pretending.
Yeah, so basically, the Pharaoh is now inhabiting the body of himself, 3,000 years ago, and Bakura's doing the same with himself, I guess.
Now,
He's
we
some
need to ask...
criminal.
Now, we need to ask...
He's the Thief King Bakura.
But he was practically dying before Yami Bakura infested him. So how did this play out exactly before? Did this happen in the past?
I don't know, because he has, like,
Or-
shadow helpers. I don't think
Because-
those existed the first time.
Presumably,
Okay.
okay, so the entity that became known as Yami Bakura presumably reached out and took hold of Thief King Bakura originally.
Okay, so
Maybe-
from what I understand, from what Bakura explains, things happen exactly how they happened before, except he's changing things. They both have the power to influence and change the events that happen. So I'm
I
assuming
guess.
I'm not sure how Bakura escaped, grabbed all the duel monsters, and ran over to his kingdom with his coffin or whatever. But
Oh, he didn't grab any duel monsters. He just he has the
Yeah,
ancient
I know
Egyptian duel disc, and the ancient
Yeah.
the ancient Egyptian deck boxes are gigantic pyramids.
yeah, fair enough, yeah. And,
What are
Yes.
they called? The Diadionk or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is literally it. The Diadank.
Anyway, so
Let's talk for a
Bakura-
moment about ancient Egyptian monster fighting
Yeah.
mechanics.
Yes.
So,
okay,
previously-
remember? Okay, so
Previously,
Yeah.
we have seen that when ancient Egyptians play card games, they raise their hands and the tablets rise. That is bullshit. What they do is the tablets are kept in ancient in big pyramids, and they wear a fucking gauntlet. And what the fuck?
yes, so they have these gauntlets, which are basically dual discs. You can
It's-
summon 3, possibly more monsters at once using them.
Yes, more.
okay.
So the idea is that to summon dual spirits, you need to use your own life energy, what they call Heka.
Bar
Oh,
is life energy. Bar.
yes. They need to use their own Ba, and it is only safe to summon 3 monsters at once using your Ba.
Right.
As we see later, Shugaroku summon 5 extremely powerful monsters. You know
Yeah.
the one. Ziz.
Yeah.
That is... Yes, so... presumably anybody anybody who is capable of summoning them would be able to summon 5 at once. It would just be very straining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more than that would kill them.
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, life force,
And that is
life
why
points,
Pegasus
essentially.
And that is why Pegasus implemented only 5 monster card zones.
Neat. So yeah, life force, life energy, that's Ba. The monsters themselves, those are called Ka. But then there's also Heka, which is like some combination of the two. I'm not entirely sure what
Life
that
points.
equates to in the card game.
Life points.
Well, no, but Ba is life points. Because
Okay. They also seem to interchangeably use Ba and Heka to refer to life points, but Heka also refers to the monster cards levels. It's
I
quite
think
confusing.
so.
Takahashi, I don't think Takahashi really grasped how little sense this made.
I don't think it's that hard to make words that mean, like, one thing each.
Yes, the reason we've been calling them dual spirits is because that is what they will be called in later series. We're just going to keep that up. We don't know what to call Ba. It is most confusing.
Yeah. Anyway, so you got that. Then, okay, so basically,
so the Ka
the dual spirits,
is,
the Ka,
so
their
the-
stands.
So the Ka is the power that grows around your soul, and the Ba is your soul. And
I think
Kas
so.
are basically stands. Yes.
Yes.
Like there
Or
is
more accurately, I suppose they're persona, because some people can have more than one if you like take it from someone else.
stands are the same way.
I don't think so.
It is occasionally.
Okay.
Liam, that one guy that hung onto your back and told you to look at him. That guy.
Well, I guess, but that's not like a real, like that's not a normal thing. That's an outlier.
What about when Joseph had the Empress on him?
That was just in his arm. It wasn't like his stand. He couldn't control it.
What about when Josuke and Kira merged together in Jojolion is what it's called? Right? Is
I
that
haven't
the right
got
one?
that far yet, so I don't know.
It gets. If you
Anyway, the point is,
JoJo just progressively gets weirder and weirder, and it's yeah.
Okay, point is, the way it works here is exactly the same as in Persona. Most people only have one, but some people, if they steal it from someone else, they can have more.
Yes, and that is the entirety of what the Millennium items are really for. In addition to the powers we've already seen them demonstrate, they can also be used in combination to extract dual spirits from a person.
And seal them in a stone tablet.
And seal them in a
fuse
stone...
them together.
Yes.
And a bunch of other stuff, yeah.
Whatever Pegasus figured out that was apparently a much simpler process.
Yeah, I guess Pegasus just paints them.
Yeah, Pegasus just paints them and it happens.
I wonder if Akhenaten could do that.
Actually, no. Obviously, cards continue being made centuries after Pegasus is killed. Or dies. In some timelines, Pegasus is murdered, and some he's not. So...
Maybe it's the microchips in the cards, I don't know.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is confusing, but no. It could also be that a person's Ka manifests the cards into reality.
Oh yeah, how does this all tie into the Duel Monsters world from Season 4, by the way?
Yes. So the afterlife that Mahato mentions at one point...
Yeah.
Card games.
Yeah? Is it?
Card games.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, duel monsters have their own kind of afterlife. Yes.
Okay.
We believe
sure.
we said it. We believe we said in an earlier episode of this show that the card graveyard that Tristan and Joey found themselves in season 1, we presume that is actually just a themed waiting area that monsters just hang out at because they are in really no danger. Monsters can be resurrected at any time.
Yeah, seems to be.
The Reaper of the Cards could just as easily be just a very, very in-character gardener. It seems quite.
So.
It seems quite fun. Yes. Tristan didn't get the memo. We're confident he peed his pants.
Yeah. So anyway, so Baccarat, Yami Baccarat, in the body of thief Baccarat from Egypt, who is also called Baccarat. I don't quite know why. I guess it's just a reincarnation thing.
It does not seem like he was given a name, but if we recall, the wiki says that is his name.
Yeah,
it's so.
It would have made more sense if we didn't know his name and he just took on the name Baccarat because that's the spirit that was inhabiting him.
Because Baccarat like doesn't give a shit and refers to the pharaoh as Yugi, even though he is definitely not Yugi, and the other characters in this game do not know what the fuck he's on about.
The other characters in the game don't know the pharaoh's real name either. They just call him Pharaoh.
Yes, that is
like even if he asks them directly.
So it is a matter of respect that royalty is typically referred to as their title and not their names. The British royal family, their family name is Tudor, and we did not find out about this until our early 20s. They are not referred to by their names, typically. But according to the narrative, they literally do not know this man's name.
Yeah, like I guess it's just part of the game construct is that they're not allowed to tell him his name.
That is also a thing. So the characters, as it were, find numerous ways of finding out what the pharaohs' names are, and none of them work.
Yeah.
There is literally only one way to find out the pharaoh's name, and it ties into the first episode of this arc. We'll get to it when we get to it.
The only way to get there is by Bobassa Balloon.
And by me shutting...
God damn it.
And by Josie shutting the fuck up, because we talk so much more now, and we already talk too much.
So yes. So Baccarat crashes the party while the pharaoh and his guys are having a jolly old celebration of being the best.
Yep. In keeping with his occupation, he has recently robbed a tomb, specifically the tomb of the pharaoh's father.
Yes, King Aknamkanem. I forget what his name is.
Aknamkanen.
Aknamkanen. Yes, that's right.
Yes. We regret.
They say it a lot because
we regret to any of our listeners of Egyptian descent or who are simply Egyptologists. We all have a terminal case of the bad mouth.
Yes, it's true. I'm not very used to saying Egyptian names.
We will just say Yami's father, or the pharaoh's father, or Carl.
Carl.
Yes, King Carl. Of Egypt.
Yes. So the pharaoh's there.
This is quite literally the biggest sign of disrespect you can show to a pharaoh: digging up the corpse of their father and kicking at it and kick-sliding it at them. And that is exactly why Bakura is doing it, because he... So Yami is playing the game by the rules. He is the person driving the speed limit in GTA, and Bakura is the person playing GTA as one typically plays GTA.
I guess so, yes.
Yes,
anyway,
he is killing all the hookers, and the pharaoh is trying to pay respect to them. Yes.
Yes, so we've got the Pharaoh, and we've got his entourage of cool guys. We've got Shimon, we've got Set, we've got Mahad, we've got Akhenaten, that one.
Akhenaten.
We've got Isis, we've got Shada, we've got who else was there? Kalim, and I think there was one more.
Kareem.
What was his name, the last one?
Seto?
No, I already said Set.
Mahad?
No, already said Mahad. There was one more, I swear.
Aknad?
No, I already said Akhenaten.
No, I can tell that they said that because they have trouble saying it.
We got Isis, we got... Who the hell was the last one? There was another one. I know there was definitely another one.
There are only 6 of them. Okay,
no,
so
there was definitely hang on a minute.
Are you talking about Shimon?
No, I already said Shimon as well.
Let's see. We got Shimon, Carl's
Maybe
brother,
we did say all of them.
Anna?
Isis, Seto,
No, Mana wasn't there.
Mahad.
There are definitely only 6 of them.
Yeah. We just counted,
Okay.
and it seems like we covered them all. Yes.
Okay, cool. They've all got a Millennium item each, except Shimon, because he's just an old guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is.
And all of these guys have real-world, current-day counterparts as well.
Wait a minute.
Except Kareem and except for Kareem and Shada.
You say that.
Wait, hold on. We forgot
What,
Shadon
are we gonna go with the headcanon that Rashid and fucking Shadi are them?
Everybody shut the fuck up.
All right.
Everybody shut the fuck up. We just remembered that Shimon does not have a Millennium item, which means he is not one of the 6.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, let's go. There's Seto.
Yes.
A tab.
Yes.
We are opening the wiki now.
Akhenaten, yeah.
Akhenaten, Isis,
Mahad.
And
Seto, Mahad, Shada, Kareem,
Akhenaten.
Kalim and Shada, yeah.
Kareem and Shada. That's 7.
Yeah, okay, that's all of them, yeah. Okay. So.
That took way too long.
How are we getting...
Now it's time to list who they equate to.
Fucking 7 characters and all of them died.
So Isis is Ishizu, Set is Seto, Kalim and Shada are both Shadi, and Rashid maybe. Fucking Akhenaten is Pegasus and also Kaiba's dad.
Gozaburo.
Not Gozaburo, Kaiba's actual dad.
Yes, it's quite confusing.
And he's also
Marek's
dad.
He is meant to be.
He looked at you as the same.
One at a time. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. This is true in the Japanese version too. Do they have the same voice for Marek's dad?
He looks like Marek's dad, and he sounds like him, so yeah.
So what is he like? He is like 4 separate characters in one, including one that we never see. He is meant to be Marek's dad, Pegasus' stepdad, Pegasus' biological dad, and Duel Monsters' dad.
He's just every asshole dad all at once.
Why is he every dad?
Maybe he's Yuki's dad too. We never see him.
No, we see Yuki's. No, we do see Yuki's dad. Wait, no, we don't. We see Rick. We see Egypt Yuki's dad.
Okay.
Well, I think we know the name of this episode. Who's your daddy?
Okay. Thinking about it, this entire show,
the Omni Daddy,
with the exception of Akhenaten, every single dad in this show has been shit. They're all terrible. They're all awful except on a I guess if you count...
Hey. The only thing we know about Yugi's dad is that he's often off on business.
We've never seen him, so he must be terrible. He doesn't even exist.
The Pharaoh's dad is pretty cool. We can presume that Yugi's actual dad is probably...
Wait, do you think Yugi's dad looks exactly like Akhenaten? This is a question I never thought about.
Even though we never see Joey's dad in the actual Duel Monsters,
we know he's
definitely an asshole in season 0.
Yeah, and he's a drunken asshole. We watched season 0. We can confirm. Throws beer bottles.
Otogi's dad is a weird clown man.
Oh god, yeah, well, I'm glad he
shit!
didn't show up
Wait,
till Dark's already
Akhenaten
mentioned.
becomes the
Okay.
weird clown man later in the season!
He seems to at least want to look out for what's best for Otogi, so...
Ryuji's
So,
dad is
this
the
guy
ocean.
This guy wants to see what's best for Seto in his weird way.
Hey, you can't be an asshole if you're dead.
He's just every dad.
Chris's dad is fucking darts.
Oh god, yes. They're all bad
This
dads.
guy has
Every
two
dad
separate
is
colored
either
eyes
bad
because of
or
the Millennium
dead.
Eye.
Just don't exist.
This guy
Anyway.
has two different eyes.
Okay,
Yeah,
we've rambled on for
Okay,
a long
okay.
time. It's been like an hour, and we haven't even got to the real plot of this fucking season.
Okay. So
There's a lot.
they try to drive Baccarat off, but he's got Deerbound, and Deerbound's too fucking powerful. It's got a dragon tail, and it's spooky.
You know, Diamond kind of looks like Zorc. Baby Zorc.
Yeah.
He too has
Yeah,
a
it
dragon
does
dick,
kind of
just
look-
like
Yeah, it
I
does.
wonder if
It,
Zorc will be in this season.
I think that's the point.
it does kind of look like Zorc from season 0 and nowhere else. Yes. But yes, so the Diebound is very powerful. Diebound, whatever the fuck you pronounce it. It's very now presumably it's made from the combined hatred of everyone who died in the ritual that created the Millennium items, and that makes it very powerful. But
Yes, and it's
the
also
Pharaoh
Baccarat's
realizes.
stand.
So all of the Pharaoh's priests get their asses handed to them, and it is quite humorous. And then the Pharaoh is like, "Well, I'm good at card games. I'll do it." So then he shows up and he calls out one of the gods, Obelisk.
Obelisk, yeah.
Everyone is
Just
surprised.
like, Obelisk, punch good.
And everyone is surprised because apparently they don't know the god cards' names.
Yep,
Alright,
I guess.
so it is now, we choose to headcanon that Obelisk is a good name now. Because it is the last thing in the world to think that a god would be named. It is the name of
Wait,
a building.
what if... Oh my god, I just realized something. What if these aren't the actual names of the gods, and Pegasus just invented those names, and that's why Yugi / the Pharaoh thinks that that's what they're called, and in the memory world he calls them that, but that's not actually what they're called.
Oh, perhaps these are the nameless dragons.
Yeah,
I mean gods. Yes.
maybe they're actually called Timaeus and
I-
Critias and whatever the other one was.
Summon Coffee Table, the Sun Dragon. But yes, we like to believe that the name Slifer is canon because Osiris and Ra are actual real Egyptian gods. Well, not
Yeah.
real, but real lore.
Yes.
Presumably,
They're real in our hearts.
presumably people in Egypt would know the names of Osiris and Ra. So if
Well,
the gods'
unless
names,
their world doesn't have the other Osiris and Ra.
if the gods'
So-
names were things like Slifer and Obelisk, then it would make sense that no one would know their names.
so I've been thinking about it,
Mm-hmm.
and so Darts was there, and he
He
saw
was. Oh my god.
he saw Bakker get chased away by Tam. Was Slifer there in the original version, like he is in, or Obelisk or whatever? I don't even remember that flashback.
Yeah, I can't remember
Put
what.
it on screen.
No, I can't remember
Rude.
what Darts
Stop giving Chip work. They have so much on their table. They edit like
Now
40.
put it on screen, but upside down.
If
Chip-
it's not in the chat, it's not going on screen.
Liam, please. Chip edits like 40 podcasts. They are very overworked.
Now permanently put a bunch of dancing Baccarat heads in the corner.
You know what? I'll do that one. I'll do that one.
Yeah, that one sounds
Heads.
that one does sound the most amusing. Yes.
Okay.
And have them on screen the entire time, and no one will
of course.
know why until they get to this part.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't find a scene where it shows Dart
Yeah. Anyway. So, so Bakura is being chased away, and the Pharaohs chasing him all through the town, and Bakura's like, I bet you can't hit me, Pharaoh, you'll just destroy the fucking city. And
in
like,
fact, because this is all Calvin Ball and there are no actual rules to what can and can't be done, like in a card game, Bakura just starts murdering random NPCs.
Yeah,
and
Sure does.
And the Pharaoh is all like, "Hey, stop that! You're hurting the role play."
Yeah. Well, of course, at this point, the Pharaoh doesn't know that it's all fake. He just thinks, I'm in Egypt. Better save the people.
As we are saying, the Pharaoh is doing his best to be. He's trying to preserve the verisimilitude of this word. We can't pronounce that word in this voice. Interesting.
I don't even know what word you're trying to say.
Verisimilitude. It means the sanctity of one's perception of reality.
Whoa, neat.
Basically, the Pharaoh is trying to treat this as if it is real, and Bakura doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
We don't know if he's trying to consider this real or not. He just doesn't give a shit, so he does whatever he pleases.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, Bakura gets away, and Mahad goes and chases after him. And the Pharaoh's like, "No, Mahad, it's just too dangerous." And Mahad's like, "Nah, fuck it, I'll do it."
Yes, Mahad is all like,
Mahad,
"No,
you are not powerful enough yet."
Mahad indicated that he was aware that the Millennium Ring was inherently evil the whole time.
Yeah, he could, sense the evil energy coming from it.
Mahad is presumably also aware of the fact that it is destiny that Bakura kills him and takes the ring.
Probably, I guess.
So, he's a very accomplished magician. That they keep calling him magician. It's quite humorous. He is a warlock, a wizard. So many more dignified words. A magician is a man who does parlor tricks.
Yes.
It's just wonderful.
Yeah. But anyway, so Mahad's trying to fight back, right? He chases him down to some tomb. Was it Akhenaten's tomb? Was it his? Or was it some other tomb?
Some kind of a tomb.
Wait. It was.
He lures him into one of the tablet pyramids.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a tablet pyramid? Okay. Anyway, so yeah,
we think it is.
They do a duel in there.
They do a duel, and Diabound versus Mahad's dual spirit, Magician of Illusion.
Yes, which looks
That
almost like Black Magician.
That monster does look familiar. I wonder what it could be. Yes.
It's
Even
almost.
though it totally wasn't spoiled in the ending or the intro.
Yeah, that's true.
Shut up, Liam.
Don't tell me to shut up. Tell them to shut up.
We will tell you to shut up
before this.
We will tell you to shut up in stereo if you require, Liam.
You shut up, you fuck.
Gamer, to continue.
Yes.
We are joking. Liam, you can talk to your heart's content. Yes.
Yeah. So he's doing quite well. He's facing off against Deerbound, but he's not quite strong enough. So he's like, you know what? It's my time.
Wait. We very much desire to bring up at the beginning of this sequence, possibly at the end of the first episode when Bakura makes it into this room, whatever this building is. Mahad is just standing there with his arms crossed, looking all serious and menacing like a JoJo character, and he has aura emanating from him, and it's fantastic. And it was at this point that we messaged you all and said, "Collar just stands menacing." We sent the screenshot, and we just said menacing.
Nice.
It is quite fantastic, and of course, just Mahad.
Now put the shaking menacing kanji over top of the Bakura faces.
Yes. So
Yes.
basically, any one of Yu-Gi-Oh's characters could fit in JoJo. Mahad is most similar to a JoJo character out of the entire cast of JoJo characters.
Yep. I'll agree with that.
He's quite good at being awesome. We wish we spent more time with him, but alas, for dramatic irony, he wears the Millennium Ring, so obviously he was going to be the one Bakura killed first.
Yeah, and also, like Liam said, it was who was in the ED and the intro, and
Yes.
So anyway, what he does is he makes one last gambit to try and beat Bakura. He fuses himself with his car, with Magician of Illusion, to become the Dark Magician.
Yes.
Like, you know,
it's quite odd.
He does some damage.
It's quite odd that the Magician of Illusion was made into a trading card later, because we see
now,
it's...
I just wanna say, remember this moment. Remember this moment when you watch Dark Side of Dimensions.
Okay.
Yes. So we did say we wish we spent more time with Mahad. Technically, we have the entire show. Because apparently, whenever Yugi summons Dark Magician, he is summoning the spirit of his dead friend that he forgot about.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean for Pandora's Dark Magician?
Mahad's brother.
A cosplayer. They had those thousands of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cosplay
no, okay,
is
that's
nothing...
it. Okay, like 20 years after this whole incident in ancient Egypt, somebody was like recreating it in a play, and someone dressed up as the Dark Magician. He's like, "Ooh, I'm the Dark Magician," and then he fucking died on the spot and got sealed into a tablet.
Wouldn't it be most of... Wait, no, wouldn't it be...
the fucking bucket right on stage.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yes. We lost our train of thought.
Yeah. I guess
yes.
we're supposed to be introduced to Mana at this point.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Wait, yes, I guess so, yes. But first, the Magician of Dark Illusion, his original card, was made into a card that supports Dark Magician rather well and has a similar effect to...
just like in the thing, he dies and becomes the Dirt Magician.
Yeah.
Yes. It is quite odd. Pegasus presumably did not make a Magician of Dark Illusion until... Is Magician of Dark Illusion even a card in the anime? There is no conceivable reason why it would be. There is no way... There's no way... Like, Does the Pharaoh tell his friends about all the stuff that happened?
Actually, you know what? Maybe it would exist, because when Mahad fuses with, and becomes the Dark Magician, he makes a new stone tablet. He doesn't just overwrite the old one.
No, the old one collapses.
Oh, yeah, that's right, it does, doesn't it?
Yes,
I forgot about that.
So, literally, the Magician of Dark Illusion does not have any archaeological remnants. There should be nothing. So, unless the Pharaoh actually could... Do Yugi and his friends know who Mahad is?
No.
We can... You know what? Just to make everything more simple, let's just assume that the Pharaoh did tell his friends about his other friends.
I mean, I guess they had like a whole boat ride. He probably told them something.
It's like, so did you know that all of my friends in ancient Egypt were ancient spirits that were late to be reincarnated into all the people in our lives, except our friends.
It's worth noting that this makes the season 4 Duel Monsters world really, really awkward.
Yeah, we kind of already brought that up.
Yugi is interacting with Dark Magician Girl.
Oh,
and Master.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
We already made the joke. Oh wait, we made it in the chat. But we didn't make it here, but we're trying.
Mana does refer to Yami as interchangeably as Prince and Master.
Yep. But
so, and the Dark Magician Girl
Pounding it.
Not only is the Dark Magician as wielded by Yugi and Taya, and presumably that stage play, the same Dark Magician girl as the one from Egypt, but apparently the Dual Spirit one is also Mana's Dark Magician. It's quite confusing.
Yeah, so, okay,
Is
so,
she
yeah.
is Mana's Dark Magician Girl just every Dark Magician Girl?
Yeah.
Yes, and also it's
Yeah.
weird because, okay, so with Mahad, he did this whole thing where he, like, fused with his car to become the Dark Magician. Mana just creates the Dark Magician Girl from her
So,
like, that is her stand, I guess.
We actually
Yeah,
have a theory about this, that Mana's Ka in the original iteration of these events probably did not look exactly like the Dark Magician Girl, but the presence of Yugi and his friends influenced her somewhat. She did not know what the Dark Magician Girl was, but when her friends told her about it, suddenly that became her Ka.
I guess, yeah, that probably makes sense.
It's the only way to make this make sense, so we're going with it.
Look,
Sure, okay.
the point is, she's the Dark Magician Girl, and Yugi totally be hitting that.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes. If we were royalty, we would totally have sex with just everybody.
Yep.
With consent, of course.
So Mana is like the Pharaoh's childhood friend, and
it's
also
perfect, just
possibly sex friend.
Childhood friend, see, just like all those hentai.
Yes, that is
God damn it.
yes. Platonic
Kids.
sex with everybody you know. The ideal royalty dynamic.
Look, like my sister not related to me by blood, my friend, childhood friend, the busty teacher, the tsundere,
Look, we just want to have an orgy with all our friends, all right?
Anyway.
I mean, let's be honest. In real ancient Egypt, that's probably what that party would have been.
That's true,
yes.
actually.
Yes. People were very sexually liberated thousands of years ago. Humans only became such prudes relatively recently in our history.
Christianity, that's when.
Pretty much.
Jesus ruined everything.
God damn it, Jesus! Stop bringing your chastity cages to the world.
Oh no, we like those.
Anyway.
Of course you do.
Anyway.
Yes, we have a
Okay,
chastity fetish. Yes.
Okay. Anyway. So, what the hell happened after Mahad became the Dark Magician?
So Mahad became the Dark Magician. Mana cried, like, a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know why.
Well, because she was his apprentice and best friend.
Okay, but see, the thing is, though, that he did die, but death is utterly meaningless when you are a dual spirit.
Okay, but she didn't know he would, like, retain his personality or anything.
Okay, that is true, yes.
Yeah.
It does not appear to be a universal experience among the dual spirits.
Yeah, most dual spirits are
Kisara-
just kind of mindless monsters.
The blue eyes white dragon presumably has some subconscious connection to its wielder, I guess. It's a dragon.
Yeah.
What's it gonna do?
rar.
Rawr, me
XD.
dragon. Me used to have boobies. This is a considerable downgrade.
Okay. So
I can spit at a god and make them explode. But the boobies, though. Yes, yeah.
anyway. So yeah, Mana is distraught. Isis. She's been like looking into the future this whole time, which she has to do by like meditating at a fire.
Actually, no. Apparently, the Millennium. They're calling it a Tauk this time, right?
Yes.
Which isn't a thing. The Millennium Tiara is not working correctly. It's a plot device that doesn't work. It's like it's apparently it's being the future is cloudy, as she says. She can only see spoilers for the next episode in line, and that's it. She can't see how the season ends.
Maybe it's because there's two foreign entities in this ancient Egyptian game that shouldn't be here.
Well, there's that, but also just the narrative doesn't work if one of the characters can see the future.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takahashi wrote himself into a corner. He had a MacGuffin that allows one to see the future. So the only conceivable way is to disable it.
Yep.
In science fiction terms, it's called the Worf effect. You have someone that's too powerful. You have to make sure they get their ass kicked at the start of every episode, which is quite confusing because they're so powerful.
Yeah.
It's named for Officer Worf constantly getting his ass kicked, despite being a fucking Klingon. He's giant. Look at him. His abs can probably crush you by themselves.
So, anyway, then we cut to Seto and Shada. They're going out into the city to find people with strong car, because they're like, we just lost a real strong guy. We should recruit some more muscle.
Yes.
No. Okay, we kind of glossed over a really important part here. Mm-hmm. Akhenaten gets mind-fucked by Baccarat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what encourages them to, I believe, isn't it, to go out and find people with more ka? Seto was trying to convince Akhenaten to let him do that.
That's right. Yes.
And then they were in a pyramid and they were having this discussion about it. And then Seto runs off in a huff. And then Baccarat shows up and fucking mind jacks Akhenaten.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfectly in character for Seto Kaiba, as he will later be known in the future. God, this is weird. Seto goes out into the city to kidnap random people in an attempt to get strong trading cards.
And the first thing he gets is, what is it, Peyton the Dark Clown?
Yes, so apparently that card is just bonded to his soul or something, because apparently even
it's Saggy.
Yeah, Saggy. The Dark Clown. Peyton from the anime.
Peyton the Dark Clown is based on Saggy, but it's not the same. Apparently, despite everything, despite all, Saggy the Dark Clown is still in Seto Kaiba's deck in Dark Side of Dimensions. What in the name of God?
Yeah, why does he at least have Pete?
It's
because
astounding.
Because heart of the cards, he finally understands it and he trusts his deck.
Yes. Wait, no. Yes. We have thoughts. Yes, Saggy the Dark Clown was among the cards that Kaiba had while he was a baby. You know, the cards that Kaiba snuck to him in that textbook.
Oh,
yeah. So, despite Kaiba's insistence that he doesn't give a shit about anything except his brother, he does give a shit about the cards he used to own as a child. So, presumably Saggy the Dark Clown has sentimental value to him.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
Still, it's fucking Kaiba!
Yeah, you'd figure he would have at least replaced it with... He had giant germ. Why didn't he just use that?
When we get to the movie, it's just going to be astounding how complex the duels in the movie are. And yet he had Saggy the Dark Clown in his deck.
Why does he continue to use giant germ? He uses it in some episode.
It is conceivably the worst he has the card Shrink specifically so that he doesn't have to use Saggy the Dark Clown to activate Crush card anymore, and he still has Saggy the Dark Clown!
So, anyway, back to what Set's doing. So, normally what they do is they basically wait for a criminal to be apprehended, and then they, scan their soul to see if they're evil, and extract their car, and put their car in a tablet.
Yes.
But what Seto's doing now is basically going out into town, kidnapping random people, and scanning their hearts and seeing if they're evil, and then taking the car.
This is essentially the equivalent of drafting people into the army. I don't know why they're making it such a big deal.
Okay, yeah, especially since, he only wants to take the car of evil people anyway.
Yeah, they don't have to arrest people in order to extract their car. Most people would like to have the evil extracted from their souls and would consent to this process, but it is Kaiba. It is...
Okay, but here's the thing. the first person they find, they outright say, well, he's unlikely to commit a crime, but here, he's got a saggy growing up his nose.
Okay, again, so what we are saying is that this is actually a process it should be within their legal authority to do this, and it should be something that people consent to willingly, but it is Kaiba. So obviously he goes about it in a very dickish way. It's like, hi everybody, I want to do something that is just unquestionably good, but I'm gonna be an asshole about it. So
hello everyone, I'm here to do some public service. Highly aggressively.
Yes. They see a crowd of people stoning a woman, and it is in that woman's best interest that Kaiba take her into his care, but he still acts like he's arresting her. Like, it is objectively in this woman's best interests that Kaiba take her, and he's acting like a dick about it. It's amazing. We love it. We love how endearingly hateful this man is all the time, even when he is just literally, she is being stoned to death. She is unconscious, lying on the ground. She is wearing rags.
Yeah. And also, it turns out that Kaiba has met this woman before, when he was a little boy.
Yes.
He was just like wandering the desert, and he freed her from slavery, I guess.
Yeah,
yes.
It's not really stated.
Yeah, so basically, she was being... This was like a wandering circus, I think?
Something like that. She was in a cage, let's put it that way.
We think it was... Yes, it resembles the type of cage that traveling circuses in these days would keep people in, yes.
Yeah.
Apparently a woman like this is considered a freak.
I mean, she's got blue hair.
It's supposed to be bleach white, but the colorists of the anime decided, oh, white is too boring a color. Let's make everything varying shades of blue.
Yeah, because like the blue eyes white.
They correct this in the movie.
I am aware.
The everything is the color it should be in the movie.
Please tell me they gave Kaiba green hair.
Yeah, if it was green, they would die.
Anyway.
Bobby dee baba die.
So, yes. Anyway, fucking, yeah, what the hell is this girl anyway?
Yeah, so apparently she's just a random white woman with bleach white hair just wandering around the desert aimlessly all the time.
And she has a really fucking strong evil spirit in her.
Yes, she has literally the most powerful thing in the universe growing inside of her.
Okay. Here's the thing. We'll find this out later, but, like, Blue Eyes is her ba. It's literally her own soul. So...
Yes, she doesn't appeer to have a ka.
It's not the same thing as other Duel Monsters.
Yes. So she doesn't appear to have a ka per se, but her ba manifests as a dual spirit, even though ba is supposed to be yourself. It's strange.
They also sometimes call it a heka as well.
Yes. So... we have a theory that the Blue Eyes White Dragon is a cosmological force of nature, and that is presumably why the Blue Eyes is considered so powerful, because it is not of this earth. The gods are not of this earth either, but they seem to really like the earth. The Blue Eyes is.
And it decided to manifest itself as a random white girl in Egypt.
Like, we see the summoning animation for one of the Blue Eyes cards in the movie. We see it flying into Earth's atmosphere from space.
Yes.
It's called the Deep Eyes White Dragon. It's supposed to be some sort of eldritch god.
Okay.
It's weird. Blue Eyes is like fucking everything about Blue Eyes is impressive except its attack points in relation to the god cards. Why is I don't understand.
Anyway,
This is what popularity does. It goes straight to your thighs.
Well, what I want to know is, we know that there's a Blue Eyes white girl, so where's Red Eyes black boy? Where is he? He's in Bobasa?
So Red Eyes, the Red
damn
Eyes.
it.
Yes, it's quite odd. It's quite odd. The Red Eyes Black Dragon is summoned in the Millennium World by Joey, presumably in some sort of it's not a grandfather paradox. It's some kind of a paradox.
Maybe Joey, original Joey is the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Okay. So basically,
black.
the Red Eyes Black Dragon apparently has.
Clearly, it's gonna be summoned by Jono.
So apparently the Red Eyes Black Dragon has nothing to do with the Egyptian lore at all, and conceivably could be based, the actual card could be based on Joey summoning it, which means it would be some sort of destination paradox. That's what it is. Bootstrap paradox. The Red Eyes Black Dragon created it. Joey's Red Eyes Black Dragon was created the day Joey summoned the Red Eyes Black Dragon that already existed because he had summoned the Red Eyes Black Dragon that already exists. It just goes on like that.
Okay.
Takahashi wrote a very incoherent plot. And we love it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Where were
anyway. What the hell was next?
Well, then Mana takes her top off.
Stop.
Oh yeah! It's time
Yes,
for the six!
And the Pharaoh says, it's time to dick!
I hate you.
Oh,
I
no,
agree
you don't.
with
Oh, no, you can't. Oh, no, you don't, Liam. You love us. We're glorious.
Okay. I remember now. Back in the present day, Yugi and friends, they're just sort of standing in front of the tablet, wondering like what to do. And Shadi says, "Hey, I can take you into the puzzle."
Shadi wasn't there before.
I'm here.
Yes.
Shadi wasn't there before, but now he is because he's a ghost, and it turns out he's always been a ghost.
Yeah, apparently he's just been dead ever since before the thing started.
Yeah.
We'll find out more about that in Dark Side of Dimensions.
Yes. So that is why he just appeared out of a wormhole in season 1. Apparently he became more powerful than you could possibly imagine when Darth Vader struck him down on the Death Star.
Apparently he can, and the explanation for him saving fucking Honda and Otogi in Battle City is just that depending on when it's convenient for the plot, he can make himself tangible.
Well, no, He's always tangible. He's carrying the Millennium Ring and he's carrying the Millennium Scales and the Millennium Ankh at all times.
Good point. How can he teleport those around with him?
Well,
like we've seen him face through walls before.
Because they are interconnected with the magic.
Okay.
The Millennium items are the same magic that presumably he wields. So it's like the Fantastic Four's clothes. The Fantastic Four's clothing that they were wearing when they inherited their powers have the same powers that they do. That's why the Human Torch can set himself on fire and his clothes be fine. That's why Mr. Fantastic's clothes stretch with him. That's why
didn't he later
What about
remake
the
that?
Hulk?
It's called Unstable Particles.
Liam?
They're a thing Reed Richards made. No joke.
Liam, tell us something.
What?
Can you name us the Fantastic Four members, please?
I'm not talking. Why is this exclusive to the Fantastic Four?
Because they got their powers in space.
Okay, but look.
Where do gamma rays come from?
everywhere.
No, they were
Look,
these
shut
From
were
badly
terre-
tuned microwaves, obviously.
No, these were terrestrial gamma waves. The Fantastic Four got them from the Earth's atmosphere affects cosmic radiation. The Fantastic Four were not shielded by Earth's atmosphere, so they were irradiated differently.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm gonna... Okay, if you're irradiated by something,
God.
you're gonna get a different degree of radiation. You're not going to get a different kind of irradiation based on, like, it being filtered through air or something.
Okay, fine.
You
okay.
can't
Enough
rationalize
gamma radiation
superpowers.
to turn Bruce
Okay.
Banner into the Hulk.
Okay.
There was enough to turn his clothes into the Hulk,
no,
too.
it's also true. It's also true. They do filter out some kinds of radiation, like gamma ray.
Okay, fine, Liam. Do you want the real answer? We were trying to have fun, but yes, comic books are stupid.
Okay, the in-lore reason is that Reed Richards made unstable particles, which allows your to do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, yes, the explanation that we stated was from the Fantastic Four movie. We apologize.
Okay.
Surprise, we're now a Marvel podcast.
Oh god, I don't want to be a Marvel podcast. I don't even like Marvel enough to
Absolutely
be...
not! We do not want to be a part of that fandom disaster.
Yeah,
no.
please
People are
no.
still harassing Brie Larson for some reason. It's quite odd.
What?
Oh no. Anyway.
Brie
Can we
Larson Brie Larson was just in a movie. Calm down.
Akhenaten has a flashback to when he was young and not hot.
What?
Damn.
Akhenaten, he had a flashback to making the Millennium items.
Wait.
Yeah,
wait,
it turns out they chopped up a bunch of people and threw them into pots.
Yes,
And
so
melted them
as it
down
turns
into
out-
gold.
Yes, so as it turns out, the process to create the Millennium items required an entire village to be slaughtered mercilessly,
Yes.
and then their remnants were poured in a vat of boiling whatever, presumably gold,
Yeah.
like the physical components of the Millennium items, and then it became the Tablet of the Underworld.
Imagine if they got the ratio wrong and instead of, like, solid gold with bits of soul in it, it was just, like, flesh.
Yes, yes. You are describing the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist. Yes.
Oh no.
They tried to bring their mother back to life and accidentally created. I don't think we ever see it. We don't think we ever see what they created, but it was quite traumatizing for them.
Oh dear.
Also, their brother became a wandering spirit that they had to bond to a suit of armor. It's
I
a
also
whole
seem
thing.
to recall that Animal Crossing played a part in this show.
What?
Wait, what? What? What?
Some people will understand that joke.
Ah, yes, in-jokes. We love those.
Okay,
Liam.
anyway.
It's not even an in-joke.
Liam.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know the details, but if you want me to explain it, it's the
No.
fucking girl that got combined with the dog.
Ah, that's not related at all to the mother.
No, it's not.
No,
I was just
that's-
talking about Full Metal Alchemist in general.
That's just an entirely the Elric brothers met with a guy who really wanted his alchemist's license to be recertified, so he merged his daughter with their pet dog for some reason. We don't know what his train of logic was there, but we hope that little girl is okay.
So,
Pretty sure they killed them.
yeah,
Oh.
so anyway, it turns out that in that village full of sacrifices, Bakura was the only survivor.
Yes, the village
Damn.
of Kol Elna.
Yeah.
Has Bakura mentioned Kol Elna before season 5? We seem to remember he did.
No.
Don't think so.
But, yes, so the backstory of Thief King Bakura is that he... Oh, wait! Oh! That's it! That's why!
Hmm?
That is why Bakura is so important to the spirit of the Millennium Ring. He was the only survivor of the Kol Elna massacre.
Yes. And he inherited all of their hatred and stuff.
Yes, so that is why the Millennium Ring can just control Bakura whenever the fuck it wants, no matter where it is.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense now!
Mm-hmm. So,
why didn't they slaughter this child? Did they simply not notice they missed one?
I guess.
Or did Zorc protect them? Spoilers! After they create the Millennium items, their daddy shows up and is like, "I'm really pissed that you did this thing I let you do."
Yeah. So the vengeful spirits of all the people coalesce into fucking Zorc, but thankfully we've got some Millennium items, so let's just use them to put him in a box.
No, according to the wiki, Zorc always existed.
Oh.
Yeah, he
and
says
in fact wrote the book that they got the formula for the Millennium Rings for the Millennium items from.
Zorc is like some kind of evil eldritch abomination that existed from the dawn of time.
Presumably the Orichalcos god also has maybe it's like an Aku situation.
He says he was created from the darkness in people's hearts.
Okay, so Samurai Jack...
I mean, that's basically in line with what's going on in the Orichalcos arc. The Zorc was created from the darkness of people's hearts, and Divine Serpent Ge was the rest of the darkness from the heart of the planet.
Yes. Or what if Divine Serpent Ge is Zorc's penis?
Maybe. It fits.
Listeners, we have not made a secret of it, but we are serious when we say this. Zorc is a giant demon man who looks like every depiction of Satan you have ever seen, but also he's just got a massive dragon for a penis.
Yes, it is not ambiguous at all. You see it in full detail. It just is a dragon as a dick.
If we recall, 4Kids did not do a good job censoring it either.
No, they just kind of draw a line up to his chest from it.
Yes, we didn't. At the time, we didn't.
Wait, I didn't even know that there was any censoring at all.
Well, it's not much of a censor. They literally draw a line up and erase some shit. So
4Kids did their best, but they couldn't. But they simply could. 4Kids did their best to be prudish about it, but they simply couldn't. It's there. It's just there. This gigantic man the size of a pyramid has
Oh my god. I'm looking at some of the images now. What the hell?
Oh no.
What did they do?
And we most definitely would love to ride on that hot dragon dick.
Oh, they just turned him into a they just made him fat. That's all they did.
It looks like his body looks like a tent that coalesces into a tent.
Yes.
He looks like he's just got a big erection inside of a morph suit with a dragon head on it.
Isn't it great what 4Kids does when they're trying?
You need to draw that now. That needs to be the thumbnail.
But anyway, yes. Josie would very much like to...
draw Zorc as, fucking Filthy Frank in the pink morph suit with just a dragon head glued to the front.
We were going to recommend that the entire video just be... that video of the cat marching band?
Oh yeah.
We were going to suggest the entire video just be that with dancing Bakura heads, but now we kind of like this idea of Zorc as Filthy Frank. But anyway, yes. Josie would very much like to ride on that hot spiky dragon.
God damn it!
Some things are simply worth dying for, friends.
Oh dear.
Especially in a universe where death is meaningless, you can simply just come back as a cool trading card.
Oh, speaking of death, how did 4Kids handle all the death in this season? Because there's a lot of it.
They're just fucking dead.
Oh, okay.
They fucking just die.
Okay,
they
so
say you go to the Shadow Realm, but considering no one actually is actually dead, because it's all a dark RPG anyway, I guess they didn't
Okay,
bother
so
changing anything.
Basically,
okay.
basically, 4Kids was operating under the assumption that, well, it's not like the network can cancel the show after this season. This is the last season.
But you also have to remember that no one here actually dies, because none of them are fucking. So
Well,
there
from that
is no.
well, if
it's
you're
not
going to
like-
be, well, if you're going to be like that, all of these people have been dead for centuries.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes,
they're
so
all already dead. So
as far as licensing is concerned, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and all of the other shows are spin-offs and unrelated to this show. 4Kids no longer had a reason to try.
Well, I mean, they still
yeah,
had
it
to
says-
commission Capsule Monsters. They did that after this. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, again though, from a licensing perspective, that wasn't related to this.
No, it was. Yeah, as far as the licensing and everything.
No, we don't think you understand. This Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters ended, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters was a spin-off.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that 4Kids always treated it as just another season of the show, just with the subtitle Capsule Monsters.
But from a licensing perspective.
I guess they'd have to look into the
you
legality
think-
of that.
I'm not sure what you think you mean by licensing perspective.
What we mean is that they didn't have to worry about all of the murder in this season affecting the rest of the franchise.
But like they don't stay okay. So they either keep it vague, or they say they're going to the shadow, and it doesn't really matter because they never come back, because they all come back at the end anyway, because this isn't even really them. So like
Yeah.
they didn't
Yeah.
like edit out anyone dying. They just
Okay.
die, and then it says, and then there you go.
Why do they even
The-
bother
the-
censor? Why do they even
They-
bother
they
censoring
did.
deaths?
They say when they kill the Kalelna village, they say they have to sacrifice their soul. The only scene they take out is the scene where they throw the bone into the pot.
Why do
Okay,
they
fair.
The
even
rest
bother?
of it's
Why
all
do they
still
even?
there. They still all herd them all together towards the pot. They still have
Why do
them
they
with
even
the
bother
big
cens-
spears pointing at people. So
Why
I
do they
don't
even
know,
bother?
it's-
Why do they even bother censoring death? It's the afterlife exists in this show and seems pretty chill.
Like, it's
That's
vague.
true.
They keep it vague, but it's not vague enough that you don't know. Oh yeah, they're murdering all those people. That's definitely what's happening.
Like
No
when
one,
Mahad
no one is that stupid.
like when Mahad died, he became a super kick-ass trading card. It's awesome.
Hey kids, all you gotta do to become your favorite trading card is die.
Oh, okay, that is exactly the reason why they did censor. Chip, you've ruined it. You've ruined it.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yes, that is the reason why they even bothered trying to censor death, because they knew that children wouldn't take death seriously if it was presented as death, but the afterlife was real. Because
Okay.
we are describing the warped logic that 4Kids was using. None of this is real. Children can handle death. Children aren't stupid.
Okay. Yes. Anyway,
And now
so,
speaking of stupid children,
yeah.
that
Okay.
was a segue. Let's go.
Well,
Let's
yes,
go.
we've got Akhenaten's son, Set. Oh my god, he's his dad.
Dun dun dun! The guy who is a mixture of every bad father figure on this show is the father of the guy with the daddy issues.
Oh
Who
my
would've
god.
thought? Who would have thought?
Yes, and well, it's no wonder he has daddy issues because so Set and his mother are just standing there, and the guy just says, "I'm going to ride off into the desert now. Tell my son that I died in battle."
We don't. Why did he do this?
I have no idea.
Like,
No.
as soon as he created the Millennium Items, he just went straight back to his brother, the Pharaoh, to become his priest. Just like we thought the idea was that if someone unrelated to the Pharaoh made the Millennium Items, the Pharaoh wouldn't get in trouble with Satan. I get whatever.
Yeah.
But then he just goes ahead and goes back to work for the Pharaoh. Like, this plot makes no sense. This makes no sense. And then my son came to work for the Pharaoh also, and I was happy about that. That is a terrible impression of Akhenaten.
Oh yeah, because like after he left his wife and child, like they didn't know what to do without him. They just ended up being a dirt poor family.
Yeah, so apparently Seto went to his studies and became a priest, and he went to work for the Pharaoh, and Akhenaten was so proud of the son that he abandoned for no reason.
Yeah.
This plot makes no sense.
A lot of this doesn't make any sense. So then let's see what happens now. I think now is the part with Osiris and the Pharaoh chasing Bakra around.
Yeah,
yes.
A lot of that.
And this is also the part where Yugi and his friends come in.
Yeah, that's right. They do show up. Well, they've been going through the puzzle room, and eventually Yuki's just like, if I believe hard enough, the door will appear.
It is at this point where they absolutely, beyond a shadow of a doubt, confirm Pyramid of Light is not meant to be canon, because Joey and Tristan and Taya all have been here before, and they indicate they have not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We choose to disregard this.
Got on my case for not thinking that was the Pyramid of Light and thinking it was the Millennium Puzzle, and now you're telling me it was the Millennium Puzzle the whole time.
Liam, they are the same thing. They are mirror images of each other. That was the whole point of the movie.
I hate you.
Liam, can it be argued that we have a different perspective than we did back then?
Okay.
Like,
let's reconcile this.
Josie is literally a different person right now. Joe, what's your excuse?
What were we talking about?
What's your excuse for being mad at Liam?
Why am I mad at Liam?
Okay, look.
This is wonderful. This is most wonderful. We simply love our friends.
Let's reconcile this. I'm pretty sure Anzu says in this arc, we've never been anywhere like this. I'm pretty sure that's the word she used. So
yes,
if we're talking about the Pyramid of Light, no, she hasn't been there, according to this.
But yes, no, the Pyramid of Light and Millennium Puzzle were mirror images of each other. The internal structure of them were identical. It's the entire point of the movie.
Oh my god. It's aligned.
Oh
my god.
It's hilarious that we're spending so much time on this one plot kerfuffle, because
oh my god, and we wanted to cover the movie during this stream.
Because we personally choose to disregard this because it is much more tidy to consider everything canon.
Okay. Anyway. So,
I agree.
Yeah, so they make it out and they just assume they can fly now, so...
Well, they can, but they didn't know that yet.
Yeah, I don't know why they...
Yeah, because the puzzle's like in the sky, and they just jump out of it.
Taya is quite good at skydiving while wearing a skirt.
Surprisingly so, yeah.
Yes, she is.
Sadly, no underwear,
Yes, it is. It is good manners to do that, even if you are wearing underwear. Taya studying to be a dancer is probably very in control of her body. It's very impressive. And it's a good attention to detail by the animators. But Japan has a whole thing about skirts and yes. So
it's a kids show. They didn't want to be weird.
Okay. Future Chip, can you please insert that clip from season 1 where Taya gets mad at Tristan for trying to look at her panties?
Or that one clip from season 0 where she was apparently fighting off a rapist?
Okay, Liam. That was in the entirety of season 0. What are you talking about? The entirety of season 0 was just one big panty shot the entire time.
Including Joey.
We don't know how Toei, man.
That is true.
It is no wonder why Toei got the license revoked, because you simply cannot have an entire franchise based around just a static image of a panty shot for 30 minutes. The entire time.
I think we should try that on the Beaverhouse.
Well,
Stop.
See how quickly it gets demonetized.
Chip. You want the Beaverhouse to be a panty shot.
Eh.
Ha-ha! Quite lovely.
Anyway, no.
Yugi's friends, they don't realize they are ghosts, because why would they? What? The Pharaoh and Bakura weren't ghosts, so these guys shouldn't. Apparently, even though Yugi literally did exist back then, because he is basically the Pharaoh is already the Pharaoh, so Yugi can't be the Pharaoh also. So these people are all ghosts. Proving once and for all that Joey has absolutely nothing to do with the lore whatsoever.
But Jono...
And
yes,
ancient Egyptian Anzu, that's a character
yes.
in the game too.
Yes. Yes. So we weren't sure what you were talking about, but we remember now. Joey and Anzu are both present in Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for some reason.
Future
But
Chip,
not
I am
Tristan.
opening a bag of
Not
chips.
Tristan.
Cut this out.
Yeah.
But Tristan does almost die in this season.
Whoop whoop.
Which-
Almost.
But he doesn't quite die.
Shame.
What was the point? What was the point of this character?
Didn't
It is
even
a
get
shame.
to die.
It is a shame. The entire purpose of his character is to die, and he never does it. Literally, even when he did die in Death Tea, he didn't. He didn't actually.
Oh, but it's okay because he gets his his soul controlled by Bakura.
It's like Avdol if they never backtrack.
Yes. Tristan is Avdol. His soul is a flaming chicken. Yes.
His soul is also Bakura for a bit of this.
Yes.
Because I remember now. It's because I think Joey goes up to punch Bakura, and Bakura punches him, and then he also punches Honda.
And
but then
don't
he
forget,
puts his spirit.
at some point in the show. Oh right, we're just talking about now because I was going to mention that how Honda always seems to be getting mind jacked. And remember, reminded that at one point he had fucking 5 people in his head.
Yes. So despite being ghosts that have no presence and can only interact with the ground, they are able to punch the player characters.
Yes.
It's quite odd.
Yeah.
So-
Also, they showed up to
what do we think?
tell
What do you
the
believe?
Pharaoh that he's cool.
What do you think is
Oh,
happening?
yeah.
What do you think What do you think the NPCs think when they see Thief King Bakura just getting his ass kicked by invisible people that they don't know are there? It's like, hey, Thief King Bakura just got punched. Who punched him? Yes.
Also,
I don't know.
replace my saying that with the actual song.
Yes. So, So all the king's horses and all the king's men are fighting against Bakura, and it doesn't work. And the pharaoh summons a god and almost wins, and then Bakura turns time backwards.
Yes, because
Everyone's
apparently he's got a master item.
We don't know that part yet.
He reveals it pretty quickly.
He reveals it in a couple episodes, but we don't know it yet.
Yeah.
It's just kind of out of nowhere for everyone involved. The NPCs don't realize it, but the player characters do.
Yep.
And the ghosts, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he rewinds time to...
They are all very confused, and they just go about the same events over again, and it's...
Except this time they don't get to the pharaoh in time, and he almost dies.
Yep. But
Yeah.
not quite. He gets thrown into a river.
Yeah. But Bakura was kind enough to not quite kill him.
Yes. And Bakura didn't. Bakura. He's really fucking up at this the final end game of his plan, because it's such a well thought out plan, and he's just mishandling like it didn't occur to him. All right, if I kill wait, this whole world is in the Pharaoh's mind.
Josie,
if I kill the Pharaoh,
I keep mentioning that Bakura is literally just pterodactyls.
Yes. Yes. He really fucks up the end game really badly. really badly. Like, killing the Pharaoh is like taking an axe to your PlayStation. The game is over. Don't. You don't win. The game is over. You have to get a new one. Congratulations.
If it doesn't say game over on the TV, then I win, damn it.
You're going to have to wait several more thousand years for someone to come along with the same life essence we...
Okay, where are we?
Okay.
I've been spaced out for a while because we keep ranting.
We're at the bit where the Pharaoh's just fallen into the river.
We apologize.
So yeah. So this is when the gang...
A pharaoh has fallen into the river in Egyptian city!
They meet...
Hey!
Man,
Build a Mombasa copter!
Yeah, well, the gang falls down. They
meet a bumbling fat man.
They do. This is where they meet Bobassa, the best character in the show.
In the manga, this man is the tablet of the underworld.
Yes, like he's got holes in his chest to put the items in and everything.
Yeah, he's wearing padlocks. The anime writers and animators and everyone involved must have known what they were doing. They added padlocks to his character sheet. Did they just think that those were there to look cool because they're there for a reason, and they do not serve a reason in the anime.
Yeah, they meet Lana here.
He is simply here as a plot device.
Yes.
And for some
reason, he is simply here as comic relief and a plot device.
Yep.
Yeah, so they meet Barbossa and they meet Mana, who can both see them,
Joe,
despite no one else can.
Joe, it would behoove you to get this man's name right. He sings it constantly.
Oh God,
The Bo in Mombasa stands for Bob being glutton. The Ba in Mombasa is the Ba in dinner bash. The sign in Mombasa, it stands for Sayonara.
Wait, no, that's a spoiler.
Why
You're not supposed to say that one yet.
Oh
my God. Anyway, so they gotta go find the Pharaoh. He's in a fucking cave.
No, Hassan finds the Pharaoh.
Yeah,
no.
Hassan.
Bobassa finds the Pharaoh's cape. His most fabulous quality.
Yeah, and he reminds the Pharaoh what a good dad he has. The only good dad in the show.
Yeah, the only good dad.
What the hell is Hassan?
He's Bobassa.
And he's the tablet.
We presumed Hassan was like a requiem stand. Like this is the Pharaoh's dad's Ka or Ba, dual spirit or whatever.
But no, the Pharaoh's dad's car is that one monster you found that carries the items.
What? Yes! Oh, yes! Sengenjin.
Yeah.
It is it is a big barbarian. It is a big blue barbarian man that carries various Millennium items, both canon and non-canon, and it is included in every single piece of spin-off media except anything based in narrative.
Yeah, and so we decided that that's Aknamkanen's car. It's his stand.
Okay,
that's
then
what we
perhaps
decided.
then perhaps Hassan is his Ba.
No, Hassan is Shadi, and also the stone tablet, and also Bobassa.
Yes. We assumed Hassan was Akhenaten's Ba until his mask broke, and then we were just confused.
Oh my God, this is so fucking stupid. What are we talking about? Okay, so Hassan finds the Pharaoh. He wakes his ass up. They all meet up. Then what happens next? Oh, he tells them to attempt. Pharaoh tells them to leave again.
Hey, Joe. I could be mistaken, but I think are you a little bit frazzled right now, Joe? Are you having some trouble keeping up with the show at the moment?
Yeah, you guys keep going on tangents.
We apologize. We love hearing ourselves talk. It affirms our existence. It makes us happy.
Anyway, so at this point, all of the other priests, they've been looking for the Pharaoh, because he's been missing for like a whole day. And eventually they find him, and everyone else at the same time. But they don't know that the main characters are there because they're ghosts. They just don't see him. And they say, right, Pharaoh, let's all go track down Baccarat together now that you're here and good and well. And he says, yes, he's in Cool Elder Village. I don't know why I sound like Michael Caine now. That's my voice. I'm the Pharaoh.
Oh yeah, I guess it's worth noting that just prior to the others finding the Pharaoh, apparently they find Mana, and Mana can see them for some reason.
I like to think that it's because Bobassa's there.
I thought it was because Mana was a magician.
We like to think it is because of the lore of the Dark Magician Girl, is that the Dark Magician Girl becomes more powerful when the Dark Magician is in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is a thing!
Yes, so presumably the idea is that it is unclear if Mahad would have been able to see the ghosts, as he was never in an opportunity where he would have. Like he died before the ghosts even showed up.
Oh,
yes.
dear.
But presumably, if Mahad could do it, she could do it, and will surpass him in every way one day.
Yeah. Now that he's dead.
Well,
yeah,
yes.
Just need him to die twice, and then she'll be stronger than he ever was.
And in about 20 years, when that cosplayer is murdered, Mana's Ka will indeed be more powerful than the Dark Magician. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It's quite wonderful.
So, right. Cool Elna. They go into Cool Elna now, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. And,
right? Yes.
And this is where the next 40 episodes of existence will be.
Oh yeah, they stay there a long time.
They stay in this exact room a long time.
Yeah, because it's the room with the stone tablet in it, and Baccarat's like, oh, finally, I get to put all the things in the thing.
Can we all imagine, all of us imagine, what it must have been like to be reading the manga as it was being released? And they're just in this room for 40 years. Standing in this room. While characters monologue at each other. It's like being locked in a room with Josie. Just hearing her prattle on and on and on about herself.
It's a fate worse than death.
Oh no.
Yes, we couldn't possibly imagine what it's like to be locked inside of a dwelling with ourselves. Oh wait, we live it, and it's fantastic.
Oh no, so.
But yes, so Bacora's here, and he tells the Pharaoh about all of the backstory that we as the viewers already know. For some reason, we needed to go over it again.
Yeah, just to make sure that we know it.
And then we have to go into fucking Seto's dad's backstory, because he is a clown now.
Oh yeah, he turned into a fucking guy.
He turns into Guardian Dread Sight.
He turned
came in, he fucking... I forget the fucking priest names, but...
Shada.
Yeah, he punted Shada in the back of the head.
With a rock.
Yeah.
With a rock.
And then he just comes into the room with Baccarat and everyone else, and he's like, "Sup, bitches?" Freezes them all in place.
Did you know that in the first episode of Doctor Who, the Doctor almost murdered a caveman with a rock in the same way?
Oh, and
symbolism.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone does freeze in place, because now I think we finally get the reveal that this is all a game,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. It is
Yeah.
all a game. It turns out that in addition to the Pharaoh being the Pharaoh is also the Pharaoh, and Bakura is Bakura.
Yes.
Does
So
that
the
statement-
Pharaoh in
does that
Yugi's clothes and Bakura
Yes,
in the
yes.
jacket are in like a game room looking at all this shit happening.
Yes, so as it turns out, none of this is really happening, which we already figured, but it's actually, this is a big, giant tabletop RPG with two players,
An epic lifelike AI.
well, yes, because the AI is people. Yes.
Some of it, yeah.
Yes, and the goal. The wager of this shadow game is that if Bakura wins, then the game becomes real and Zorc becomes reawakened 3,000 years ago in the past, which is causing the present day world outside of the game to collapse in on itself.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the current
and-
world can't exist without the past.
And if Yugi wins, then if the Pharaoh wins, then he presumably gets to ascend to the afterlife, because that's clearly the only thing. There doesn't seem to be a goal. There doesn't seem to be a prize for Yugi for winning the shadow game.
Survive. That's the prize.
Yes, if you win, then Zorc doesn't do all of that thing that he wants.
Yeah.
We should probably mention at this point that Bakura is Zorc.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
as it
Yami
turns out,
Bakura is the spirit of Zorc.
The entire time, Yami Bakura was just Zorc.
Yep.
So where did he get that action figure of himself in Season 0? That was in the manga. Did he make it?
He made it. It's
A devil
custom
has-
ass.
A devil has to have hobbies, mind you, but really?
Yeah. Okay.
Figure sculpting. That's an odd hobby for a devil to have, but considering how invested he was in the rules to his tabletop RPG, and he definitely did custom sculpt those figures. Zorc is such an interesting character when he's not destroying the world. He really should have, I don't know, hung out at the laundromat or something. That would have been fun. Yes.
Okay. So, right. So he reveals that not only is this all a game, but also that the players of the game have master items, or at least he does. He has master items. He has 3 of them, and they're all like, sans timers.
This is totally a JoJo thing. The last season, the end boss of every season of JoJo is usually time themed or has a time themed power. Araki really likes time, so to reference that, or just simply because it's cool, Takahashi did the same. Apparently, Zorc in some cultures is considered the god of time in this world.
Apparently. So he has the powers to freeze time, to rewind time, and I forget what the third one does.
The third one is that if the game isn't won in a certain amount of time, he wins anyway.
Ah, right, yeah.
So basically,
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait, Destiny board. This whole game, he's just playing Destiny board. That's why. Oh, that is why. Oh, that is why his master items are time-based. Oh, it makes sense. It's a reference to Battle City. City, everyone.
Okay, that's neat.
How come Dark Necrofear isn't in the Millennium World then? That would be nice. That would be a nice reference, callback, whatever.
You know, he does play Necrophage in the manga, but he doesn't play...
Oh.
Weird.
Anyway, yes. So, his third master item is a countdown timer to, if the game is not won within a certain amount of time, Zorc will be resurrected, and the Pharaoh will have to figure out how to stop him. And, there is only one way to stop him, and the Pharaoh will just have to stall for time. So, maybe win before Zorc is resurrected, hey? Yes. It would be quite easy. It would be quite a lot easier to win the game when there wasn't a giant dragon-dicked devil. Wouldn't you say?
So while time is stopped, Bakura he decides to turn Akhenaten into a fucking monster.
Glam rock clown.
Yes.
I told you he turns into Guardian Dread.
Yes, there is definitely a similarity to Guardian Dreadscythe here. There were a lot of references to Millennium, to what had been written at that point in Millennium World, in the previous arcs. Guardian Dreadscythe was presumably a reference to Akhenaten.
Mm-hmm.
It's in-universe, it is merely a coincidence because he has nothing to do with Raphael's bird mom. Raphael's bird mom appears to be based in Native American culture and has nothing to do with Egypt.
True.
It's quite odd. Yes, he's either Guardian Dreadscythe or some sort of glam rock clown, and we absolutely love it. We would love to dress like this one day.
Nice.
Yes.
So yeah, he just sort of stands there and says, "Hey, guess what, Seto? You're my fucking son. How do you like that, you idiot?"
Yes. So this is just more of telling the viewer everything they already know about, but now the characters know about it, and Seto has an existential crisis about it, and at this point in the season, he's just stopped being a dick entirely. Once he finds out that his entire life is a lie, he just completely maybe I should stop kidnapping people.
Yeah, this is what tips him over the edge onto just being a good guy.
Yeah, just in general, yes. So as it turns out, the only reason why present-day Kaiba is a dick is because Akhenaten does in fact manage to taint Seto's soul a little.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
He explodes, but I guess his soul is ruined forever because his reincarnation is a dickhead.
Yeah, it's like he infected him, or whatever, enough to make him a jerk, but not enough to make him evil.
Yes. So what happened was
apart from that time he killed people to get trading cards. That was pretty evil.
So what happened was Seto refused to join Akhenaten willingly and overthrow the current rule of Egypt. That is such a strange motivation. It's like, yes, I want to give the devil control over Earth so that my son can rule one country. Yes, this makes sense.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like, Zorc's plan is he wants to destroy all of everything. He wants to return the universe to darkness. All of it.
But Egypt, though?
There will be no Egypt to rule, and there will be no Seto. What is Akhenaten's... Akhenaten's not thinking straight. He's got that glam rock... Maybe he's allergic to that glam rock makeup.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
But yes, so when Seto refuses to join willingly, Akhenaten possesses his own son. This has got to be some sort of incest thing.
No!
Why are you like this?
Because
the Mana jokes were fine, but no. Akhenaten, no.
Look, we apologize, but the metaphors are obvious. Seto's we can't bring ourselves to say it. It's fine.
Go on.
See, even you can't say it. It's awful.
Yes.
I don't want to think of Akhenaten having sex with anyone, not even his own wife.
Yes, but he is having sex with his son, and there we go. Now we said it. We're most proud of ourselves.
Anyway, he possesses him, and then he challenges attempt to a duel. I mean, the Pharaoh to a duel, but it lasts a whole 2 fucking seconds, and then he's kicks him out. And
we forgot to mention Kasara showed up and then died.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kasara showed up and she was trying to help Seto, and then Akhenaten just forced her soul into that rock, and They had the duel on the memory tablet. It was very anticlimactic.
So anticlimactic, I didn't even realize it was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pharaoh summons Dark Magician. Seto summons Blue Eyes White Dragon. No support cards are used.
Completely forgot and glossed over that one part where Akhenaten is just in a pyramid with a bunch of prisoners pitting their Ka against each other to the death. To like make Frankensteinian Super Ka.
Oh yes, we did skip over that, didn't we? Because it was quite boring.
It was. It was doing the wicked worm beast.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we like that part. We like that part. We like that monster. We wish that they. We wish that monster was in more. Was like in more. Just in general.
The other one? I think I remember the other one was another shitty monster.
Hey, the wicked worm beast inspired the spirit monsters archetype, which is also shit. Yes.
The wicked worm beast also has the thing of being one of the first monsters to ever be summoned in the entire series. So, you know,
yes.
got that going for him.
But also we love it because it's really gross looking. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
We love how we love this. We love how gross this monster looks. It's quite an ingenious, brilliant design. Yes.
This is the first monster ever summoned in the Toei anime, right?
Probably. We don't
think so.
recall.
I think
our
so.
memory is very poor. We all know that. Yes.
I don't know. It's in something. It's the first in something.
It is definitely in season 0, and it is in fact in season 1 in the Paradox Brothers explanation for how their bullshit works.
Okay, this card was first used in the Death Tea Duel, the original manga, in the first series anime. Kaiba used it to attack the Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress #1. However, the effect of Winged Dragon activates and the Worm Beast is destroyed. Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress #1 has an effect? I thought it was a shitty Nilla.
What?
It is a Nilla. What are you talking about, guys? What effect does it have?
The Wicked Worm Beast returns to the hand during the end phase.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Okay.
The idea is that when you summon the monster after it is no longer needed, it burrows into the ground.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Yes. We did not say that we liked this card as a card. We said that we liked the monster design. It is very gross. It is very gross and yucky, and we love it. It's just so wonderful. We wish it was in the anime more. Instead, we get more of Saggy the Dark Fucking Clown.
Dude, why don't you like Saggy? He's a clown. He's dark. He's got less than 500 attack.
He had the spotlight. He had the spotlight. When Kaiba activated the Crush Card virus the first time, that was when Saggy the Dark Clown had his time in the sun. He had already been in 2 duels used expertly.
So, back to what we were doing.
Why is he in the movie?
Yugi and Seto.
Why?
It's time!
Give me worms! Josie wants worms! Give us worms!
Well, not really,
Give
because
us our
they're
worms.
using their Dadiaks or whatever, and then they...
Also the other Seto's here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The other Seto was transported into the thing to revive
So,
Yami Bakura somehow.
Yes.
Because he turned to sand.
Okay, wait. Okay, so, during all the way back in the before time, back when everything made sense, Bakura tossed the Millennium Eye at Kaiba and said, "Hey, come to Egypt. You want to fuck the Blue Eyes, right? Well, you want to have sex with the Blue Eyes, right? Well, the Blue Eyes is a girl is a female human being in
What? A human? I don't want to have sex with a human. I want to have sex with a dragon.
Don't worry, she can be both.
Don't worry, she's both. And he's like,
okay.
Ooh, this intrigues me.
She's both. She's both.
Me.
Can you imagine what it would be like having sex with someone whose soul is a dragon?
I just want to have sex cries into the microphone dies.
Anyway,
so
yes. So Kaiba shows up, and he did, in fact, witness his destiny, as it were. He knows all the shit about Kisara and his ancient Egyptian heritage and all this bullshit. And he's also like, this is all really stupid. I don't give a shit about any of this.
That is exactly what he's like. He literally, he sees it all and he's like, I don't give a shit. If you, he sees Priest Seto and he's like, if you want me to give a shit, I don't care that he looks like me, I don't give a shit.
We can't even be entirely sure that he even gives a shit about Kisara. Which is
But then he sees the blue eyes white dragon and he's like, oh!
Yes. So, Kaiba does respect the Blue Eyes White Dragon and its support cards. So, in a way,
That's why Kaiba is like the maiden with the blue eyes, oh!
Yes, so he does, the maiden with the blue eyes, the maiden with the eyes of blue trading card is based on Kisara. Yes.
No shit.
So, Chip, there is a card called the Maiden with the Eyes of Blue.
Okay.
The artwork is just straight up, it's Kisara.
With better clothes.
The effect of the card has 0 attack and defense, and when it is attacked, it summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, when it is targeted for anything by anyone.
Basically, if you try to touch it in any way, if you try to harm it in any way whatsoever, it summons a Blue Eyes, and you die. Yes. And would you not say that is entirely accurate?
Yeah.
It's quite brilliant. We love it.
But you know what's good? The priestess with the eyes of blue, because she's thick.
Well, I gotta look up this one now.
Oh, yes, we do need to. We do need to see the thick blue eyes lady. Yes.
Oh, yes. Very good.
Priestess with eyes of blue.
Fantastic.
Images.
She's thick. When's she gonna get? We
would very much like to cosplay as this. Yes.
I like to think that this one is young Akhenaten.
What?
Wait, what?
What? Are you talking about the?
What?
Are you talking about the master with the
master with eyes of blue?
Not
the
Akhenaten was an anime
thick
girl
one.
when he was young.
Did you know that the historical evidence shows that society has had a history of disposing of the evidence of anything cool that happens in history, and that's why history seems pretty bad in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
But there is evidence that shows that some of the earliest known trans people were Egyptian, from ancient Egypt. In fact, one of the pharaohs may have been trans.
Neat.
Apparently, they were capable of bone surgery back then.
Wow.
Okay.
Which is how they can tell. They found a skeleton that it had its hips reshaped or something. Or
neat.
Or also there are mummies. They probably found a mummy with a neo vagina or something. Who cares?
Okay, so back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
We the Seto duel. The tab, what happened? Someone who remembers this better than
yes. So Pharaoh summoned his dark magician, and Akhenaten summoned Seto's dark blue eyes white dragon. No, Seto also has a dark magician. That's what we were about to say. That's wrong. That is wrong. Yes. And there was no support used. It is simply a straight-on battle between the most powerful dual spirit in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And a particularly powerful wizard, but not quite
the strongest wizard in terms of attack and defense.
Okay, yes, that is literally the card lore, but the Blue Eyes White Dragon is a cosmological force of nature.
Yeah, apparently the Blue Eyes White Dragon is as strong as the Egyptian gods, according to the lore.
Yeah.
Yes. So, despite what the stats on the card say, And the fact that it is a vanilla monster with no gameplay effect, apparently the Blue Eyes White Dragon is indestructible, immortal, undefeatable, just, it's real good. It's real good.
Yep.
So, like, but the thing is though, even ignoring all of that, this is a dark magician against the Blue Eyes with no support. What did they think was going to happen? Of course Pharaoh gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, but then, like, Seto snaps out of it real quick. So, you know.
Yes, so Kasara realizes that the person wielding her is not Seto, and she refuses to be wielded by anyone but Seto. Also, Kasara is still the dragon, even though she's dead. Sure,
Yeah.
why not? So Kasara de-manifests and remanifests into Seto's mindscape?
Yeah,
So
I think.
Okay, so apparently Kasara has the ability to teleport into someone's mind.
Sure, okay.
Yeah, so she teleports into Seto's mindscape and annihilates Akhenaten with her, Kamino Burst Stream! That is the first time we have ever said it that way. We hope you were pleased with it. We are amused with ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah,
Anyway, yeah. So she does that, and then
she does that, and
our Seto comes out and says, "Hey, Yugi, what the hell is going on?" And Yugi's just like, don't worry about it, Kaiba, it's okay."
Don't worry, don't worry, I'm just LARPing. These guys are supposed to tell me what my name is. You don't believe any of this. Who cares? Just just hang out, man. It's real chill here. It's real chill. It's real chill here. That was hard for us to say.
And he does just kind of hang out, like he's just wandering around.
Yeah, he's just vibing until Zorc shows up, and even then he doesn't give a shit until a child that looks like Mokuba dies in front of him, and that is the moment when Zorc fucked up.
Yes.
That is the exact moment. That is the exact
anyway.
moment when it all went wrong for Zorc and his evil plans. Yes.
Yeah, so we're not quite there yet. So, while all this has been happening, Yugi and his friends
and
have been looking for the Pharaoh's name.
Seto is just like so distraught. Like my father used my body to murder my girlfriend, and now she's a magic dragon that I guess I control, and that's I'm not. It's 3,000 years in the past. I don't want to fuck a dragon yet, so I don't know how to. I don't know what to do with this situation.
The reincarnation of his soul just grew more and more wanting to fuck a dragon over time.
Yes. He has reincarnate. We forget. Was Atlantis before or after this point?
Before. This was way after Atlantis.
Okay, so in Atlantis he had nothing to do with the dragon. Wait, no, he became a dragon. Oh god. Okay, so in Atlantis he became a dragon, then he reincarnated and dated a dragon. Then
what are you talking about?
We're talking about the history of Seto Kaiba's soul and dragons.
What part? When did Seto appear in Atlantis at all? What?
Did you not notice that the legendary knights were literally just the three main characters?
I actually didn't know.
They have the same voice.
Oh, we made a joke about it.
They have the same voice actors, Liam.
They look the exact same.
Yeah.
Yes. They made Little Karibo made a joke about it in the anime. I mean, not in the anime, the abridged series.
Damn, even that.
Yes, the legendary knights were the ancient Atlantis versions of these characters, and also the only time when Joey's soul was ever canonically related to the lore at all. And it doesn't even count because it wasn't actually canon. What did Joey do in Forbidden Memories? Did he do anything important ever?
Suck.
Well, yes, but he does that in the present.
From what I could tell
that's
from the
always-
wiki, he's just the Pharaoh's friend.
Dude, I beat Forbidden Memories. It doesn't do shit.
Okay.
The plot of Forbidden Memories is exactly the same, except for some reason no Yami Bakra and no Merrick showing
Well,
up
yes.
because lol. And instead, Seno has the thing, and Seno is
What if
actually evil.
What if Forbidden Memories is supposed to actually be the past, and what we're and the Millennium World is the double past?
No, I hate Forbidden Memories canon. It sucks. So
Everything's
I'm glad it's
everything's
not
weird.
Maybe we should play it on the channel.
No,
Liam,
it's terrible.
we have
like, I beat
a game.
it.
We
I
have
beat
we
it,
are a
it's
gameplay.
just grind.
For the love of God, why do you insist on talking over each other?
I've been
Sorry.
Liam. Josie has been doing that to herself for 27 years. Who the fuck cares?
Look, anyway, I am sorry. What I meant to say was that Forbidden Memories sucks. It's just a bunch of grind until
Yes.
you can cheat, until you can afford buying 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon.
No, it's
Yes, yes,
literally
Joe.
resetting the game a million times until it just gives you one at the beginning.
Yes, but Joe, imagine this. Think about this. We aren't playing it ourselves. We are inflicting it upon Liam.
Oh God, I don't want to. No.
Yes, we are joking. Liam, if you are not comfortable playing this terrible game, you do not have to play it.
I'll
Our
play
days-
terrible games.
Our days of genuinely desiring you to torture yourself for our amusement are over. We merely joke about torturing you now.
I'll play Duelist of Roses. That's supposed to be good, right?
It's
I mean,
better
it
than
look-
that.
It definitely looks good, and we are certainly interested in the narrative.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll be for another time. For now, let's get back to the main story. So
Yes,
yeah, Yugi and his
so-
friends, they're trying to find the Pharaoh's name. And they're looking at all different places, but because they're ghosts and they can't touch anything, it's real slow going.
It's quite
and
amusing.
Bobassa just
It's
wants to eat.
like It's like wandering into the library in a video game and trying to read the background elements as if they're actually bookshelves.
Yes. Literally like that. In fact, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure Anzu has a scene where she's in basically a library, but she can't pick up any of the tablets
Quite-
that stuff's written on.
Quite literally. Now, it's not exactly the same, because if Mana was with them, then she could perhaps pick up the scrolls and read them for them. But, as we've established, the Pharaoh's name would likely not be there.
Yeah. Because it's not meant to be there.
Oh, and also Bobassa is there and he's hungry, and that's his whole character.
Yeah. He just wants to eat, and he keeps whining about wanting to eat, even though he's
And
already eaten a bunch of shit.
And singing a song about his name.
Yes. And eventually...
Bobassa, the bow in Bobassa stands for bobbing
For the love of
glutton.
God, stop!
And eventually, the other characters just get sick of him and say, "Look, Bobassa, you want some fucking food? We'll find you some grapes, okay?" They get some grapes, and he's like, "Thank
No,
you.
they
I'm a
actually-
balloon now."
Actually, it's quite lovely. They are aware that they seem to be understanding that his mental state is that of a small child, so they actually feel bad for him, how sad he is about being hungry.
Well, everyone except Joey does, so...
No, it does seem like they do all genuinely want to get him some food because he seems to be taking it.
It's Honda that doesn't, because he's Bakura right now.
Yes. It seems to be that they all just genuinely care because he seems to be much more sad about being hungry than they all are, and because apparently that was the game. So apparently it was a game the whole time. All they had to do to turn Bobassa into a plot device was simply feed him out of the goodness of their own hearts.
Yep. So they find him some grapes, and then
Now,
he's
how
full,
long
and
has
then they're full.
How long has he been a character in this game? How long has he been here? Was he established as soon as they showed up?
Well, according to the manga, he's the one who got them here in the first place.
Well, in the anime, if they had offered him a chocolate bar right as soon as they met him, they would have immediately been flown to the tomb.
So anyway...
So as much as we absolutely love the way that they that they solved the puzzle. It is quite absurd that this was happening.
Yes,
This is
kind of sucks.
This character is one of the most important plot devices in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And they just completely cut that part out, and now he's a hot air balloon.
Yep. He flies them over to the tomb and then says, sayonara, and just disappears.
Is that word even Egyptian?
No, that's fucking.
That's Japanese. I don't know what the Egyptian equivalent would be.
It appears to be part of several languages, yes. But when we heard him say that, we were very confused.
Yeah.
This man is an enigma.
And now he's gone.
Presumably, he never really existed.
Yep.
He entirely exists as a hallucination inside the Pharaoh's memory.
I guess so.
Quite
I
odd.
guess so.
Quite odd.
So anyway,
Takahashi really should have told them what he was for before they started writing this. It seems they started writing this season just before the manga was actually finished, so they didn't know what Mombasa was for. It's like, so the Harry Potter movies, the actor who played Goyle did some shit, and they wanted to cut him out of the movies, but the books hadn't been finished yet, and Rowling assured them that character is important. That actor, just do it. But, we have just remembered, oh wait, J.K. Rowling is a bitch.
Yep.
Who cares what she has to say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mombasa, he's fat and we love him.
Yes. Anyway, so now they're at the tomb, the same tomb that fucking Sugoroku was at when he was a young lad.
Yes, foreshadowing and bullshit.
It's a real good job that Yugi asked him about that this morning.
Sugoroku even mentioned that there was a room that he failed to explore for some reason. Oh wait, because he's been shot. He didn't explore the rest of the tomb because he needed to get to the hospital immediately. Yes.
That's a pretty good reason.
That's a pretty good reason.
But yeah, Yugi remembers all the advice.
Another good reason was because the treasure was not in the last room of the tomb.
That too.
That's odd.
Did we mention that Tristan has been possessed by...
Yes.
Yes.
He's back
Tristan got in a fist fight with Bakura, and Bakura apparently used a mind parasite. Which is a thing he still does. 3,000 years ago. Yes.
Yep. So what they do is they go through all the rooms that Yugi's grandpa did go through himself.
And then they go in an additional room with a more unique puzzle, with another unique puzzle.
Yes.
There is a spinning seesaw type thingy, and what needs to happen is the vessel of the pharaoh needs to place what he wished for when he assembled the puzzle on one side, and then he can use it as a bridge to get to the name. And
the riddle is like, return what the puzzle gifted to you or something.
Yes. So he tearfully explains that he wished for friends.
Yes.
And it's at that point that Tristan takes his mask off. Metaphorically. He hasn't done that literally yet, but metaphorically he takes his mask off and is all like, alright kid, fuck off! And then throws him on one side, on one platform, and then leaps onto the other, and then just, abandons them into the room that Yugi was supposed to go in.
Yep.
But
and
it's
that causes
okay
the scales
because they managed
to
to get into that room They managed to get into the room safely anyway. Tristan was just being a dick.
They just went there real fast.
Tristan was being a dick for no reason. I mean, Bakura was being a Tristan for no reason. I mean, we're not good at words. We've been tripping over our own pronouns.
Bakura was being a Tristan for no reason.
Yes. We've been tripping over our own pronouns for a bit. We don't know. Yeah. We haven't gotten used to saying we mean and we guess. Everything else is fine though. We do that.
Anyway.
We've only been like this for 2 weeks, man. Get over it.
So they get into the next room, and the next room has the Pharaoh's name in it. but they can't fucking read it because it's written in hieroglyphs.
No. It's perfectly legible. The Pharaoh's name is Bird sits down, Bird sees bunt cake, Bird really wants to get at that bunt cake.
What?
No. Look at the hieroglyphs. There is a bird sitting down. There is a cake knife and a bunt cake. The bird looks at the cake and gets up.
I'm going to get the picture and put it in the chat.
Yes. Those are. Yes. See, bird sitting down, cake knife and bunt cake. Bird looks at bunt cake. Bird stands up. So the Pharaoh's name is Bird really wants to get at that bunt cake.
Did you pull that from a bridge series, or did you just make that up?
We made that up. Yes. Yes. We managed to find creativity several days into our state of being. It took an hour of coaxing, and we cried heavily. Yes.
By the way, I really want this, which I'm uploading right now, and it's about there. I want that. That's so cool.
And to be fair, Liam, it was your fault for accusing us of stealing our favorite joke that we've ever made.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes.
So,
yes. The great and powerful Pharaoh Bird really wants to get at that bunt cake.
Yes. So they see this
really
and they're like, okay, I'll just remember the shape and we can tell him somehow later, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they go into the next room and it's a bridge and Baccarat's there. Well, Honda's there and he reveals himself. Oh, it's me, Baccarat. I'm Baccarat. And let's play card games, Yuki.
Yes. And it is quite the good card game, we must say.
It is one of the better card games.
One of the cards Bakura plays is one of the most confusing things I have ever, that any of us, we were utterly baffled. Just utterly baffled. So Yugi plays a toy-themed deck with a bunch of toy cards.
Yeah, at this point, he just decided to start using a deck that was independent from attempts.
No. So because they don't have physical cards, what Bakura says was that the cards they manifest are cards that basically, I guess these decks are procedurally generated from their souls.
Yeah.
So these are not the cards Yugi has played before, but the cards that Yugi wishes he could play, or that, in fact, Yugi subconsciously, cards of the soul, whatever. Yes. So it's all of childhood delights like toys and bionicles and such. Yes. And Bakura plays fucking zombies and fiends and shit. We all know Bakura's deal.
Yep.
One of Bakura's cards is a zombie version of a toy monster that presumably is in Yugi's deck, but that he does not play. So that is quite odd. We will not see the regular version of that monster until several seasons into Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, when Napoleon Bonaparte shows up and also plays a toy-themed deck. Now,
this is not a joke.
Every sentence of that was true and asinine. Yes.
Okay. So I like the cards that Yugi plays in this. He plays Silent Swordsman. I like that because it's it's a neat card. It gets stronger over time. I like that.
Yes, Silent Swordsman and Silent Magician are indeed very good cards. They are also the first appearance of the level mechanic. Basically, cards that have an RPG leveling system instead of the actual leveling system that cards have.
Yes.
It's quite awkward the way they handled it in their debut, because the cards.
They suck.
Yeah, the cards are called Silent Swordsman Level 0 and Silent Magician Level 0. They are printed on the cards. We see them. It is quite odd. Another oddity is that Silent Magician is blue in everywhere except the anime where it is red.
Yeah.
Why is she red?
I don't know why she's red.
Also,
I guess they didn't want 2 blue monsters.
Well, we simply must point out that Silent Magician is in it. Okay, so Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, is meant to be a representation of Yugi's inner strength and whatever. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Silent Magician is the same thing. Also, Silent Magician is a spellcaster type monster, and obviously Dark Magician and all that. When she becomes the same level as Dark Magician, she actually will have more attack points than him.
Huh.
Yeah, that
Neat.
comes up later in the last episode.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
So basically, it's all symbolism that not only has Yugi gained his own inner strength, but he has in fact surpassed the Pharaoh in every way.
Yep.
And even he will even grow up to be just as hot, if a little off model. That is
Anyway.
a joke. Yes, yeah.
What happens? What happens?
Bakura dies because Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction.
Yeah,
Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction.
Yeah, but
and,
Bakura tries to pull a
Giveaways!
thing. Bakura tries to pull a thing where, like, all of the spirits of cards that died in the game are on his side of the field,
Well, I mean,
and he
it's
can
also
use
worth
their
noting
power.
that Bakura literally pulled a Kaiba and played a deck killer deck.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yes.
Yugi pulled this Yugi's fucking ass pull was this
Yugi-
dragon, the literal last
Well-
card in his deck.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, it was
Bakura
pulled.
was-
It was here. It was here. The card of the soul. He pulled out
Bakura has
Gandora, Dragon of Destruction, which is ironic because in real life you could never pull Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, with this card because Gandora's attack and
Bakura
defense
has
are both 0.
So, in the video games, Bakura always played a mill deck. Always. And in Season 1, actually, he did in fact play a mill deck. It just wasn't apparent. Morphing Jar and White Magical Hat are both cards that at that point in the game were commonly used in mill decks. And, yes, so this deck is a mill deck. It is what the Golden Castle of Stromberg was based on, because basically all of the filler was based on Season 5 material that hadn't been adapted yet.
I must say, I think the Golden Castle of Stromberg duel, I think was handled a little bit more elegantly than this one.
Yes.
But they're both cool.
Well, the fact that it was a shining golden castle didn't tip you off that it was going to be a bit more elegant than the one that takes place in a spooky moldy graveyard.
I just mean in terms of, like, Yugi, it feels a little bit less ass-pully and more like Yugi actually planned it out.
Yes. So, neither of these characters know what cards are in their decks. Bakura just sort of assumes. They're like, yes, I'm evil, so all my cards will be evil. Yugi is like, oh, wow, my soul is just full of fucking toys and shit. Oh, this guy with the Buster Sword looks cool. And everyone, including Bakura, is surprised as balls to see Yugi summon a giant dragon that shoots lasers literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Because this deck is from his soul, and
Every
apparently
single
that was in.
orifice is just lasers.
Yeah, apparently, like Gandora,
Hey,
like
dude, he's just like Reshef of Destruction.
yeah, so like
Laser ray.
Gandora is basically what if Reshef the Dark Being was a giant black dragon covered in
Eyeballs.
basically it's covered in red jewels, and every single one of them on its body can shoot a laser and does so. The card effect of Gandora is that it destroys every other card on the field and gains 300 attack points for every card it destroyed. And Bakura is a dumbass and played a card that apparently turned his graveyard into the field.
Yeah.
So basically, this card has infinite attack points now.
Basically.
There are a couple points in Bakura's plan where he most sincerely fucked up. This was one of them. This was one of them. If he had simply made it, he could have made it so that they had the cards that they had with them at the time when they passed out in the middle of that tomb.
Nah.
No, he decided, hey, what if we give everyone soul cards and just assume that Baby Yugi doesn't have cool things? Yes.
Yeah.
No, Baby Yugi has very cool things. He's very cool.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Yugi wins, and Anzu's like, oh,
Yugi,
he really is his own guy.
Yep. Small Yugi is cool Yugi now. So, yeah, they got the name, and they find out his name.
Yep.
And then they fly.
Oh yeah, that's right. They get attacked by those spooky guys, like Bakura's henchmen, and they try believing in winning, and then they decide, let's just believe in flying instead, and then they fly.
Yep.
Typing.
In gameplay terms, they have spectator mode on, and have
Basically,
the entire
yeah.
time. They have spectator mode on and have the entire time. They have no reason to walk anywhere. But they do because they haven't questioned the mechanics.
Yeah.
Yes. Humans would be so much happier if they started questioning the mechanics of their existence earlier.
So, okay, what has been happening out in the world? Oh yeah, Zorc fucking is real. He's
Yes.
resurrected.
Yes, so apparently, because Bakura is winning, Zorc sort of has... It's odd. Bakura hasn't won yet, but his victory condition... But his prize is already manifesting in the present, so the world is ending?
Yes.
This isn't how it's supposed to work, but alright.
Yeah, and Zorc is in the game, and it's wrecking Egypt.
And Zorc is summoned in both the game and in real, and basically the only way to do it now is to just punch Zorc enough to keep everyone alive.
Pretty much, yeah.
Basically, they have no hope of winning. The only hope of winning is to get the Pharaoh his name.
Yeah.
And all they can do is simply attack, and hope that it's enough of a distraction that Yugi and his friends can get to the Pharaoh in time.
Yeah, so basically all the priests just like throw everything they have at it, and most of them die.
Yes, so the Pharaoh summoned the gods, and they were all instantly turned to stone. The priests summoned every Ka they had. They used actual armies. They used an actual army. We
completely glossed over the fact that one of them died back in the village. Literally died.
Oh,
yes.
like Kalim, yeah, whatever.
Yes, because we did. Yes, because we
and
didn't
they
carry
lost
him.
all the Millennium items because of that. So now Mana and fucking Isis have to go on a magic quest to find them again.
Yes, but it turns out Isis is a super sexy angel. Ka is able to find things. That's her whole deal.
Oh yeah,
And
her
she's
car
hot- and
called
she's-
Spiria.
Yeah, and she's hot. Yes.
Much
If we
hotter
were-
than the
if
other
we were-
Spiria
if we
we've
were
talked about on
actually-
this show.
Yes. If we were actually a goddess, we would much less to look like this Ka. Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, yes. So they find the Millennium items, and they're all in the same place conveniently. Why? They dumb. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Bakura summoned a turtle, and we glossed over that too. We like turtles.
I can't remember when he summoned the turtle.
Didn't Bakura summon Metabat?
Yeah, he summoned a shitty Metabat. Yes. But he also, during Bakura's duel in that tomb where he turned into sand,
Yeah.
he summoned a turtle.
Oh, okay.
We like turtles. Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, Zorc pummels the gods, pummels the cannon fodder, pummels the actual cannons, and fucking...
Eventually he pummels real-world Kaiba as well.
Yes. So, Shimon gets a hold of his Millennium Ankh, which he was the original holder of, and he summons Exodia, which, as it turns out, it's bonded to Sugoroku's soul, and that's why he was the only human being alive forever to ever legitimately own Exodia.
Yep, and apparently they sealed this one away because it was so powerful that, like, it could destroy stuff.
Yes.
Like the world. I don't know why I said stuff.
Yes, and so unfortunately, Shimon is very, very old. So he is unable to really manifest. So even though Exodia should be as immortal and indestructible and powerful as Zorc is a god, and Exodia is chained to a human being's soul, and that human being is like 100 years old.
Yeah.
This is not going to end well. And it did not. The reason why Exodia is so powerful in the present day is because you don't need to use your life force to summon trading cards. They have computers now.
Yes.
You can do it all on computers, as they say.
Yeah, so Zorc, like, rips Exodia's arm off.
And Exodia grows it fucking back, because of course he can.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
we do mean it. Zorc and Exodia are evenly matched, and the only difference is that one of them is solar powered and one runs on very, very cheap batteries.
Yeah. So anyway, finally, Mana delivers the Millennium
Kaiba,
items.
Fucking
to the
Kaiba
Pharaoh.
is walking around the village as it's fucking the world is ending, and he sees a kid that looks like Mokuba, and is like. And sees Zorc about to kill it, and he just cannot bear seeing an NPC in a video game that looks like Mokuba be harmed.
I'm a killer. So, don't you do it. I'm a do it. Don't you do it.
Yes, Kaiba does his best to save that child, forgetting for an instant that he can't actually interact with these people. And then the child dies. And then, out of pure anger, he manifests a duel disc.
Yep.
The only reason Yugi was able to manifest a duel disc earlier was because he knew that he could do that now. Because Bakura had just done it, and Bakura knew that because he was Zorc. Kaiba is just so angry.
Tristan and how did Honda and Janucci know?
How did
they saw.
They were there too, Liam. They know.
Yeah.
I thought that happened before they met up with the Pharaoh.
No. Well, no, it was before they met with the Pharaoh, but after they met with Bakura, and he did his whole thing.
Bakura did it first, and then he did
this
it,
is
and
why
you
shouldn't.
Probably knew, so he did it.
Liam watched. Liam is so good at work that he accidentally watched the show months ahead. And finished so early.
When did you watch these episodes, by the way?
It was a month ago.
Liam,
and I've still remembered more details about it than half of you, apparently.
Liam, I am half of me. Shut the fuck up. All right, now
anyway.
So Kaiba manifests a duel disc out of pure anger and summons not only a Blue Eyes White Dragon, but also the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. He is so angry that he summoned a fusion monster almost immediately from nothing.
Well, you see, he's playing by Duelist Kingdom rules now.
No. See, the thing is, polymerization wasn't used. He just whipped out his 3 Blue Eyes cards, and his soul, the soul of Kasara's, the soul of Preseto, and the remnants of Kasara's soul in her own body, all just suddenly manifested into dragons and became one. And became the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and Zorc is confused, like, wait, what? Oh, fuck. Now, here's the thing.
When you said ages ago that like all 3 of Kaiba's Blue Eyes like had lore implications, I didn't realize you meant 2 of them are Seto.
That's the thing. We didn't. There's a video game called Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Falsebound Kingdom where the 3 Blue Eyes have names, and that's basically all we know about their lore.
Okay, but like the way it's presented here in the anime is
Yes, the
one
way
of them
in
is Kisara, one of them is Priest Seto, and one of them is Kaiba Seto.
Yes, the way it's presented here makes no sense. Oh, and there's also a fourth Blue Eyes that happens to reside in the Capsule Monsters dimension.
Oh yeah.
And
That's Grandpa's.
Yes, presumably that is Grandpa's. Yes.
Yeah.
The one that Kaiba ripped in half.
Yeah.
Anyway, so at this point, the RPG was dissolved, and player Bakura and player Pharaohs' souls were merged with the characters of Bakura.
Which is to say, Bakura just became Zorc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with this is that Bakura could have possibly implemented a slight rule change that his memories would be at the forefront of Zorc's consciousness, because you see, so Zorc did remember who Seto Kaiba and the others were, because he sees Kaiba and is like, I know you, you're Seto Kaiba. Is that really our Zorc impression? Is that where we're going with? All right.
I mean, it's close enough.
What we were talking to you. Oh wait, yes. Oh fuck, Liam, thank you for triggering a memory. Thank you. You would have been all regretted of not bringing.
We going into Zorc and Pals now?
Zorc's catchphrase is Ultimate Muda.
What?
It sounds like he's saying whenever he says his catchphrase, "You damned fools." The Japanese he is speaking sounds like he is saying "Ultimate Muda Muda Muda."
Oh, okay.
And also,
I assume he's saying something like "absolutely useless." Then.
Yes, absolutely
Probably.
Useless. That is incredible. We love it. We just as soon as we realized what we were hearing, we were like, just Ultimate Muda Muda. It's great.
Anyway, yes.
So, if Yami Bakura had had thought to put his memories at the forefront of Zorc's consciousness, perhaps the game would have gone more in his favor. But instead, he chose to let Zorc be blindsided by the presence of the most powerful man in anime in his life. This is where he fucked up. Because if Zorc had realized that he murdered a child that looked like Mokuba in front of Seto Kaiba, his dragon dick would have just pissed itself. It's like, I'm going to murder a child in front of you. Oh wait, does that look like Mo? Oh no, I'm fucked.
Do you think he pisses out of that thing?
Oh God!
Why?
We would love to imagine that when it drools, it's pre-cum. Yes.
Why?
Because we have
No, we're censoring that.
Nope. No, we're not.
Yes. We are a wonderful creature worthy
Zorc
of being
Zorc is just like, I'm cooming on.
Oh, and whenever he
his
shoots
coom can destroy planets.
And he often shoots fire out of his dick, which means he is coming all over the place and destroying
God,
everything.
That's true. He does.
He is destroying everything by coming all over it.
I will leave this recording.
It is quite all right, Liam. It is quite all right, Liam. We are enough for. We are
Anyway.
joking. Please, we are joking. Please do not leave. We love you.
So the Pharaoh decides to become Black Luster Soldier, I think?
Yes, so
Yeah.
as soon as the Pharaoh realizes that Seto Kaiba has decided to start giving a shit for the first time in his life and summon the Blue Eyes Ultimate, apparently the Pharaoh, after 5 seasons, realizes, wait, so if every one of my cards is based on something from my past, what is the Black Luster Soldier? Could that be me? That's probably me, right? I'm gonna jump on the dragon and find out!
Yeah.
He just
And it
jumps on it, becomes
and,
Dragon Master Knight, and guess what?
yeah, it turns out, the whole time, the Pharaoh was Blackluster Soldier. Oh, but also this wasn't enough. So even though Dragon Master Knight is the most powerful card in all of Duel Monsters, like logistically, I think it is probably one of them.
With in terms of raw attack, hide,
And it also has like effects that make it better, right? It's very good. It's a very good card, and but Zorc still overpowers it. But just as soon as Yugi's friends get to the Pharaoh, Zorc is all like, "Okay, well, I guess I've lost. So tell us, what is his name?"
And they're like, I can't read.
Yeah, so it is at that point that they break down emotionally because they have realized, oh, wait, Pharaoh, we're sorry.
I think Chip nearly had a nervous breakdown when this scene happened.
Yes, because it's very simple. Okay, they said they committed the shape to memory. They know what it looks like. Guys, there is dirt. You have fingers.
Yes.
Draw the shape in the dirt. The Pharaoh can read Egyptian.
Yes. The Pharaoh has apparently been regaining memories as he goes through the motions. Like he had a flashback about his father, so he remembers all this stuff about his father. He's had flashbacks about Mahad and Mana and his servants and all of them.
Yeah.
And even Shadi says, Shadi is just standing in Millennium Puzzle and it's collapsing, the mind puzzle, as the Pharaoh's mind gets less clouded. And he says, yes, the Pharaoh is regaining his memory. Why did I say yes? That's Josie's catchphrase now, not mine. Does Shadi have a catchphrase? We forget.
I don't think so.
Why do none of the characters in this have catchphrases? Somebody get 4Kids on that! 4Kids.
The only catchphrase they did...
That's Desiree from Danny Phantom's catchphrase. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that...
Anyway.
Yes, Danny Phantom had several movies. Anyway, yes.
Oh
so,
my god, no, it's from the Ten Commandments!
Anyway, yes, so the Pharaoh is most definitely aware of hieroglyphs and how to read them and how to interpret them. So, honestly and truly, we think that if they just vocalized to the Pharaoh, Bird really wants to get at that nice bunt cake. Honestly and truly, this is not a joke. This is not a trope.
Probably would have went, what? And then died.
Okay. So Bird sitting down, bunt cake and cake knife. Bird looks at viewer. Bird stands up. Those are exactly what the hieroglyphs are, and the Pharaoh would have probably heard that and be like, this is like an English speaker hearing someone say something like, "Well, it kind of looks like a cross." Oh, that's a letter T. Oh, well, it's a line, and it's got.
What if I misinterpreted and thought...
Yeah.
We all die, and I just...
No, it kind of looks like a biblical cross, then.
His name is Axem.
Which is probably close enough. Phonetically, it's probably close enough if this video game is programmed. If this video game is programmed either very well or very poorly, the microphone sensors will respond to a close enough name. Yes. So, but it is at the end that they realize that not only are they in spectator mode, but they in fact have admin privileges, and they simply just write the Pharaoh's name on his cartouche with magic.
Yeah.
Did we mention that Anzu gave him a cartouche? Anzu bought him a cartouche at the gift store, at the gift shop.
Yeah.
At the airport gift shop.
Okay, something that I thought they were going to do that I kind of wish they did, now that I think about it, is I wish that Anzu just, whipped out the pen that she had in, episode 1 and wrote on their hands the symbols. And then they, look, power of friendship, it's your name.
That is inconceivably the best idea they possibly could have had, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is forever tarnished in our memory now that you have said it, because that is absolutely perfect. Because what actually happens what actually happens is just as absurd, but less relevant.
Yeah.
Like if Taya just happened to have the same marker from the Death D arc or episode 1 of the anime and just scribbled the name on the cartouche, that would have made no sense. But it would have been symbolic of...
Yeah.
It would have been...
Or like I said, wrote it on the backs of their hands, and they put their hands together, because there's 4 of them. They could do it.
There's 4 of them! Like, they scribbled a symbol of friendship, but this time it's the Pharaoh's name!
Yeah. They could do it.
It's both bad storytelling, but better storytelling than what happened, where they just used the power of friendship to write the name.
They write it with magic. But
yes,
anyway, yeah.
Yes. How absurd is it that the one of the most important MacGuffins in anime was purchased at an airport gift shop?
Hey look, this has a
Yes.
Nice.
Because apparently Atem's name is a very powerful thing. Now that he knows it, he is apparently a god and can summon a god at will.
Yes.
And
he can
god,
fuse the gods
we
into a new god.
So he can already summon the quote-unquote gods, the god cards. They're very powerful beings, but they can merge together to form the actual god, Horaktai, the creator of light, who is apparently Zorc's antithesis.
Yep.
Yes. Horaktai, the creator of light, is an effect monster that can only be summoned by tributing the god cards, which can also only be tributed by tributing 3 monsters. Be summoned by the deck. So it is conceivably one of the hardest cards to get to actually play ever printed, but
I just love the idea that a giant punchy demon, a robot dragon, and a sky snake become anime angel waifu.
Yes, she is quite hot. Yes.
It's literally a Bobobo character.
Well, so is Hassan. There is a sequence of Hassan flying towards the camera that is almost identical to a frame of the Bobobo intro. And his lips are very reminiscent of Bobobo himself.
There was also a scene in the Bobobo manga when Yugi pops out of his hair.
Oh yes. Takahashi and the author of Bobobo are quite good friends. Unfortunately, the rights to Bobobo and Yu-Gi-Oh! Are held by different anime studios, so that scene could not be adapted into the anime. Instead, it was a pastiche of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or perhaps we are misremembering. Perhaps it didn't happen at all. The anime and the manga follow different plots.
Yeah. So anyway,
why does that sound familiar? Yes. Anyway,
yes.
Horaktai, in keeping with what it does here, despite how difficult it is to play, it has the most potent duel-winning effect, where simply, if you play it, you win.
Yep. Cannot be negated, it just wins.
It just wins, yes. Even the other duel winner cards have some stipulation, like, if you play this card, you have to do this one specific thing in this specific order, and you win. Or you have to play this card, this card, this card, this card, and this card, and then you win. Or you have to get all 5 of these cards in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and you win.
Fair. Summoning gods, though, there are easy ways to do this. How? Just revive them all.
And also, Halakti, the creator of light, has not been printed in English. We don't recall.
That's a proxy. No, that's a proxy.
Yes, correct. We can tell that. Why has it not been printed in English?
Kind of pro card.
Yes, that doesn't help. Well, This is so far one of the only cards that is like important that has not been printed yet, because there are a lot of Japanese exclusive cards that haven't been printed in English yet that are just kind of shit, and Konami doesn't want to. Konami doesn't want to waste printer ink on them.
Yeah,
And
it says here 10,000 copies.
that would be why. Yes.
It's probably some very specific. It says card art campaign.
Yes, that is it then. They do not want to devalue the just the. They don't want to devalue. They don't want to devalue it by translating it. Okay, we got nothing. That makes no sense.
Okay.
They just have.
That
card came out.
This is literally the card that wins the anime, and they haven't printed it in English yet. It's odd. It's very odd.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the Pharaoh does that, and he beats Zorc, and he pushes him back into the stone, and says, "Bad boys, sleep for another 3,000 years."
Yes, Halakdai blows up Zorc with the power of titty.
Yeah.
She squishes him with her mommy milkers.
Thank God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
God damn it.
Dragon Dick versus Mommy Milkers! Who will win? Boobies! yes. And then she gives a monologue to the Pharaoh about friendship.
Yeah,
Yep.
Once again, another discussion about fucking friendship. I'm sorry, man.
Yes.
I love the power of friendship and everything. Like, I have friends, I love them and everything. You know, you guys are my friends. The power of friendship, great. But, goddamn, guys, there's more than just the power of friendship.
Amusingly,
Seto Kaiba wins all the time, and he didn't have no friend.
Amusingly, Halakdai, shoots her own statement in the foot she begins her friendship speech about that apparently 3,000 years ago the Pharaoh was able to seal away Zorc under his own power.
Yeah,
the Pharaoh is very competent when he knows what he's doing, and he just simply didn't know what he was doing this time around. And Halakdai is all like, yes, but what if you did it again, but with the power of friendship this time?
Yes.
It's quite odd. And the next time we see the Pharaoh after the show ends, we see the Pharaoh in the movie, and he's a god unto himself. His power is that if he's playing a trading card, he can just manifest a card out of nowhere that wins. Wins the whole duel.
Anyway.
I mean, that's a very limited power, but considering this world revolves around card games, would you not say that is a very potent one?
Yeah. So
anyway,
they beat Zorc, and evil Bakura is dead forever, and and they go back to the real world, and they're like, well, that sure was an adventure. Let's go home.
No, not yet.
But they want to go home, but then the Ishtars show up and say, hey, guess what? Time to go to the afterlife.
So as it turns out, it is part of the ritual that the Pharaoh has to go home immediately after regaining his memories, while he's still hard.
Yes. He has to be at his absolute peak.
He has to be at the absolute peak of horniness.
His hair still needs to be hard.
Yes. So what they actually say is that he cannot return to the afterlife while still holding his sword or something.
Yeah.
Basically, he needs to be. Oh shit. we didn't realize how well our sex jokes played into the actual jokes. But no, that is the actual thing. Basically, he needs to be bested at the game of his choice, and obviously that would be Duel Monsters.
Yes.
And everyone, including him, has existential crises about it. because there is no way in hell that anyone could beat this man at a card game. Kaiba offers, but then Yugi's all like, no, I'll do it. And everyone is surprised at that, including Kaiba, who now accepts that all this bullshit is real. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We quite enjoy this. Kaiba is a dickhead.
Don't get used to that, by the way, because he's not canonically even here.
Yes.
In the manga,
we have stated, we have vocalized that, yes. In Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, he is well aware of all the magic bullshit. Wait a minute. No,
he
actually,
barely shows up. He has
actually,
like one. He's only in like 2 episodes in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Wait, no. Now that I remember, we remember now. He's actually canonically, he actually does know about all the magic bullshit in Dark Side of Dimensions as well.
Yes, he does.
Yes. He literally announces it to the world. Kaiba is the reason the world knows about the magic bullshit now. After years of not giving a shit, he gives a shit all over a crowd of people live in front of the world. Well, it's quite magnificent. Yeah. Yes. But, yes, so Kaiba offers to duel the Pharaoh because he is arrogant and assumes he is the only one who can beat the Pharaoh, even though he has never done so fairly.
Yeah.
But then Yugi says, no, I gotta do it, cause if I can't do it, then... basically the logic here is that without the Pharaoh, Yugi is just himself, and he needs to prove that he's a good boy and can stand on his own 2 feet without his big brother in his head. Yes.
Yeah. Basically.
And everyone kind of agrees that, it kind of makes sense for Yugi to prove that he can stand on his own and doesn't need the Pharaoh no more.
Yep.
And Kaiba's even Kaiba seems to agree, because instead of arguing, well, no, he does argue, but Yugi argues back, and Kaiba starts to respect him a little. But then offers him his Kaiba's trademark briefcase full of really good trading cards.
Yeah, he's like, if you're gonna beat the Pharaoh, do it with the best cards.
Now, we have to question this, because we've never questioned the cards in Kaiba's briefcase before, because they're all very cool cards. They're not necessarily good cards, but they're very cool cards. One of the cards here is Victory Dragon. Why not?
That card sucks.
Why does Victory Dragon exist in a world where card games are not played best 2 out of 3?
Maybe they are in tournaments. Oh wait, no they aren't.
No, they aren't. So the purpose of Victory Dragon is, if you win via attacking directly with Victory Dragon, you win the best 2 out of 3 match.
Huh.
Which is not a thing that people do in this world. So we're unclear what purpose Victory Dragon holds.
If you win by directly attacking with Victory Dragon, you get to punch your opponent in the nuts.
Now...
Oh, that would be epic.
We had an idea that match winners could perhaps be so basically, the effect of the Seal of Orichalcos to steal your opponent's soul if you win the duel could perhaps be replicated as a match winner effect.
Yeah, maybe it goes the other way around as well.
Yep, that still doesn't make sense, though. Why does Victory Dragon exist? We don't even know what other cards are in Kaiba's briefcase here. We know they're all cool, but... Anyway, yeah, so Yugi refuses. He's just going to duel the Pharaoh with the cards that he apparently manifested in the Millennium World.
Yeah, they kind of gloss over, like, where did all these cards come from, exactly?
So, the ritual at the ceremonial duel, a light is shown on Yugi from a wizard eye. We've never pronounced that before, is that right?
Sure.
What jet? I don't know.
The eye that's on all the basically the trademark.
The eye.
The image that was trademarked under Yu-Gi-Oh logo. Yes.
It's just the Eye of Horus, guys.
Oh fuck! Why didn't we should have called it that? It's very hard to remember, considering that there is a Yu-Gi-Oh card called Horus, and it has nothing to do with the Millennium items at all. Also, we are under the impression that Osiris, Horus, and Ra may or may not be all the same god. But here they're different cards. Fuck it. Anyway, so the Pharaoh and Yugi are split into two bodies.
Yes.
And presumably what this does is...
It allows him to duel himself.
Yes. So there was a scene of Yugi and the Pharaoh putting their decks together individually without spying on each other.
Yeah, and Yugi puts his in the box.
Yes. So, but we choose to disregard that scene because we think that it would be tidier if Yugi's deck from Millennium World manifested itself in place of the Pharaoh's deck in his duel disc.
I mean, I guess.
So basically, their bodies are split in two, and they're both wearing duel discs. The Pharaoh keeps the cards that were already in the disc, but Yugi suddenly has his Millennium World cards, and that's where they came from, because otherwise, it makes no sense that Yugi has these cards that he's apparently unfamiliar with on his person in Egypt.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe he packed a bunch of cards for the journey just in case.
Ah, yes. Cards we've never seen before.
Sure.
Yes.
He's a collector.
Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh's weird. We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
So anyway, yeah, they go to the place with the tablet in it, and they put the items in the tablet.
And we actually, it's like very slow and methodical. We see Yugi placing each item into the tablet.
He places each individual spindle of the Millennium Ring into the tablet.
Well, it wouldn't
I like
work.
that. It's animated. It's animated. He does it the way you think. He doesn't just cleanly drop them in. He has to organize. He has to get them to fit in. He has to put the spindly parts in.
Yeah.
It's nice.
He quite values Yami or the fit. Have we not actually said his name yet?
Yeah, no, we've said it.
His name is Atem.
In this episode.
Yeah, we said it.
Oh, his name is Atem. There was a joke in the abridged series where he asked Darts what his name was. If you were there, then tell me what my name was. Adam. What was that? Your name is Adam. I don't understand. If you don't know my name, just stop fucking around. Adam. Yeah, so it turns out his name was Adam the whole time. Which is also the name of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Yes.
Fantastic.
Anyway. Pharaoh is a furry, confirmed. Yes.
So.
It's quite fantastic. The Yugi really is taking this seriously because he doesn't know. What if he fucks it up and the Pharaoh goes to the wrong afterlife?
Oh no, not the Norse afterlife.
No, not the Norse afterlife. They'll just give me food endlessly. Is that all they do there? I want to sit on a throne and look at half-naked people. We see the afterlife that Atem ascends to in Dark Side of Dimensions. It appears to just be Egypt. his palace from Egypt, where he's just sitting in his throne room, surrounded by half-naked men. This is his afterlife.
Epic.
Quite odd. I mean, that is definitely what we would go with.
Not mana and ice.
Oh, presumably there would also be half-naked everything else.
Yep.
Literally everything. Yes, it'll just be one big orgy. All the time.
Anyway, so.
And we have also other interests.
Yeah, so we get into this final duel and this ceremonial duel.
And it's quite impressive.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird where Yugi has to try and win to send Atem off to the afterlife, but Atem has to try and win because he's like a good duelist and he doesn't give up.
It's something about... Okay, so basically, it doesn't count as giving his sword away if he gives his sword away. He needs to actually lose for... Basically, if he throws the duel, it doesn't count. He can't ascend to the afterlife if he fakes it.
Yeah, so I was talking about this in the chat earlier. I kind of think it would be better if the win conditions were reversed, where if Yugi wins, then Atem stays, and if Atem wins, he goes. But, I mean, it would be less thematically relevant, I guess, but it would make more sense in terms of immediate motives.
So the idea is that the Pharaohs dueled multiple times throughout the series and wanted to lose, but his pride wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like not taking.
He almost murdered Kaiba once because of that.
That's true.
Yes, that was the point when they both realized that they were two people.
Hmm.
They had a disassociation event, as we have come to understand it to be called.
Yeah, but as I described it in the chat a few days ago, I think that they try and sell the idea that Yugi is conflicted about the Pharaoh leaving, right? And understandably so. He's been with this guy for the past year or so. They've come to rely on each other, best friends and all that. Cool. Except I don't know, just the way Yugi has been written, I don't think he'd have any trouble letting the Pharaoh go. So I think it would be better if they showed that over the course of this duel, where Yugi, he's trying his best to keep the Pharaoh around, kind of, like, because he's.
It's kind of like how how Joey and Tristan are also. They basically, as soon as Yugi actually wins the duel, because spoilers, Yugi wins the duel, they sort of just break down and they're just like, wait, we don't actually want you to lead, though.
Yeah, exactly.
We should actually talk about this duel, though.
Oh yes, it's fantastic.
Well, yeah.
It's one of the most intricate duels in the series.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens.
Just topped only by the duels in Dark Side of Dimensions. It's like very intense. We almost had trouble keeping up, but because it is a card game, it was easier to digest than the action in Millennium.
I particularly want to talk about that one part where Atem brings out the god cards.
All three of them.
He brings out a god card, then he brings out another god card, then he brings out all the god cards. Yes. And Yugi pulls some bullshit to defeat them. But then
Kaiba actually starts
Atem is just like, now, say it with me. You may know everything I'm going to do, but that's not going to help you, because I know everything you're going to do. Strange, isn't it?
Yes, so he knew that he would defeat all three god cards.
Okay, so basically we're very slow and didn't consciously register you wanted us to say something. You may know every day I'm gonna do something, but this town isn't big enough for the two of us.
This town is too big. My house ain't big enough.
Neither of our houses is big enough! I'm the rootin' tootin' cowpoke! Anyway, yes. So, as soon as the god cards hit the field, Kaiba says, alright, Mokubo, we're done here. He tries to walk out because he assumes the duel's done at this point, because he himself cannot fathom a way to defeat the god cards without the bullshit cards that were invented in the movie that isn't canon. So he assumes that the weaker half of Yugi would not be able to do this thing. And then Yugi assures him, Kaiba, not only will I defeat the gods, I'm going to defeat all of them in one turn.
Yep.
And at that revelation, Kaiba is like, you have my curiosity.
At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
Yes. Yes. Card games do in fact make Kaiba very horny. Yes. Yes. So probably the most interesting thing about Yugi's playstyle is that it seems to resemble an actual competitive card game player of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where he does not care if his actions will lower his life points, and just thinks ahead about strategies that will win eventually.
Well, that's the point, right? You don't care if you get hit like a million times.
Yes. So competitive Yu-Gi-Oh players tell themselves that life points don't matter and make fun of the anime characters, thinking that any amount of damage to their life points is unthinkable. So what Yugi does is he performs several strategies in the course of 2 turns that lower his life points tremendously, but destroy all 3 of the god cards at the same time. Using magnet cards.
Yeah.
Fucking magnets! How do they work? They're more powerful than the gods! And this isn't even the first time Yugi has used the god cards to destroy a god!
That's true.
He's quite good with magnets! And yes, Kaiba is blown away at that, because, like, these aren't even special cards! He probably has 1 billion of these, that he uses as coasters in his mansion! It's amazing!
Yep.
Yugi is very good at this, and everyone's impressed, and yes, he's quite ready to stand on his own 2 feet, we would say. How does he actually win? What happens after this point? Right, yes.
I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was something about a giant golden sarcophagus.
Yes. So the card Gold Sarcophagus is a card modeled after the box the Millennium Puzzle was discovered in, which Yugi uses as a treasure, as a deck box.
Yes.
So the anime effect of this card differs from how it actually is. What happens is Yugi puts a card in the box, and if his opponent plays it, it's negated, and he gets to use it instead. So Yugi, once again, thinking several steps ahead, places Monster Reborn in the Gold Sarcophagus, which is both incredibly smart as a gameplay maneuver, but also thematically relevant. It is probably the most interesting play that has ever been in any any sport or game-based anime. It's fantastic.
It's real cool.
So
because,
Yugi
like,
tries,
as
Yugi,
the characters explain, that the thematic relevance of it is that he is, he sealed away the cards that resurrects your monsters because this is the one duel where you don't want to bring back the dead guy.
Yes. So the Pharaoh resurrects Slifer the Sky Dragon, and Yugi says, "Nah, bitch."
Yeah.
And
nah, and then he just fucking.
What card does he bring back?
Silent Magician.
Yes, Silent Magician, which again we must say is his Dark Magician.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Ironically, he doesn't even play it in Dark Side Dimension.
Yes, we are most disappointed by that. He has a new copy of He has a new card of Dark Magician, so we at least believe that he retired the Pharaohs Dark Magician. The one with the artwork, the one with the original artwork, is likely the one that has Mahad's spirit in it.
Mm-hmm.
The black and white one probably isn't Mahad.
Anyway.
Although there is literally a card that is just Mahad in the afterlife, so who the fuck cares?
We'll later. They made Mahad and Mana. They made Mahad and Mana into cards.
Nothing makes sense.
Oracle.
And even though Kuribo had nothing to do with Egypt, they made a Palladium Kuribo. No one has any idea what they're doing anymore. The world's ending. California's on fire. Donald Trump's tax returns were leaked, and his daughter is going to jail before he does over it.
Anyway,
yeah, so the Pharaoh walks off into the sunlight, and he gives a thumbs up to his friends, and all is done.
Here you go.
And then the tomb collapses.
A real good Metroid Prime 2 ending.
And then the temple collapses, and the Millennium items fall down a deep chasm.
Yep. Then they're gone forever.
We don't actually...
Until the movie!
We don't actually... So, this is not a bottomless hole. This is actually a real hole with a real bottom. and you can go down the hole and scoop up the Millennium items as if they're just
they are
rocks in
just
the
sitting
sand.
there.
They are
They
just
are
sitting there.
literally there.
There's no
Yeah.
reason. There's no reason that you can't just go down there, pick up the Millennium Ring, and fuck up an entire generation of children's magical powers. Yes.
That totally happens.
Yes. Chip, disregard everything we just said.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, here you got this.
Palladium
And Liam
Oracle
wanted
Mahad.
it. I want you to know, Liam wanted to do this whole episode and the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I just want to
let's
say
see.
that there is, real quick, that there is a quick little extra bit, like, during the credits, which I'm reading on the wiki now. This was not included in the 4Kids version because they couldn't edit out the Japanese credits.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
sad day that they didn't
Yes,
get the
yes.
clean version
So,
of it.
Palladium
so good.
Oracle Mahad is basically Dark Magician in the afterlife. It is basically, what if Mahad's Millennium World outfit, but even cooler?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And his effect is, when you draw this card, you can summon it, and if you attack
Slap
a dark
him down.
attribute monster, its attack is doubled. And
Yes.
if it somehow manages to be sent to the graveyard, you can summon a Dark Magician. It's a very useful, it's a very good card, used very effectively in the movie, but we will not tell you how.
Anyway, and we get to see everyone be dueling. Paradox Brothers, Rex and Weevil, Mai, Vivian, the other characters I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
For some reason, Mai is dueling a tag duel with Vivian on the Great Wall of China against the Paradox Brothers. Every aspect of that sentence makes sense except the word Mai. Why is she there?
I don't know. They didn't have another China, so they had to slap one
Rex and Weevil duel each other for the first time since season 1.
Yeah.
But we don't see that. We don't get to see any of these duels, just that they're happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we're most unsure of this, but we believe it sounded like the theme music that was playing was a remix of the season 0 introduction, or an instrumental, or a very sad instrumental version of the song. We recognize some bits that were similar, but we have a habit of just recognizing similarities in unrelated music. Liam criticizes us very much so for that. We believe that Dreams of Absolution from Sonic 06 is a lyrical version of the Green Hill Zone theme. Liam refuses to acknowledge that could possibly be real.
It's literally not even the same chord progression.
But it
That
sounds
is
the same, though.
That is perfect.
It sounds the same, though. I agree with Josie.
That's ridiculous.
Affirmation. Yes, we have hummed the ditty at him. He just does not hear it.
It's just that one bit.
As the villain of Dark Side of Dimensions will say constantly, he will never shut up about it. Everybody in the world perceives everything differently. So how?
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, that's the end of that. Good
4
Lord.
hours is very good for us. Yes.
Anyway, this is not the end, because as we have alluded to many times, we will also be tackling the Dark Side of Dimensions, but that will not be today. That will be, by the time you're watching this, next Tuesday, hopefully, Tuesday the 6th of October, we will be live streaming the Dark Side of Dimensions discussion. Yes?
Yes. You all get to enjoy my delightful, pompous voice live and in person.
Yep.
Yay.
And do we want to say the other thing we're doing in that stream?
An Evil Dead podcast.
No.
Oh.
In the stream, the movie stream. The other thing we're doing.
Oh, we're playing the card games. Yes.
Okay, yes. We're playing card games live on stream.
We are most concerned that we won't have our deck ready by then, but we'll just throw something
How do
together.
you not have your deck? I gave you the decks.
I haven't even downloaded the program yet.
Yeah. Okay. I took the Battle Pack 2 and I generated
we're
100
doing
random decks. So
we're
you
doing
just don't need
we're
to
doing
draft.
a draft. We're doing a draft
but
format.
I pre-drafted 100 separate decks. So just pick any of them. Just
Okay.
We're doing a draft format. How delightful! Because we were having I
figured
not
it'd be the best because Chip doesn't know what to play, and since I would be the most familiar with everything, it would be really unfair.
Send it to them.
Okay.
Send it to us again.
I pinned it.
It's pinned. Yeah.
Yes. And we remind our listeners, Liam wanted to record Millennium World and the movie in one episode.
That was the original schedule. That wasn't my doing. That was
the
Chip's
original
doing.
plan. I did not know how much there would be.
We choose
I
to
told him,
disregard
like,
that
holy
because
shit, we can't do this. We're gonna spend
We
an hour
choose
on
to
the movie.
we choose to disregard that because we like being angry at Liam. It most amuses us.
Okay, anyway, that will be that for this episode, I think. Thank you, everybody, for suffering through these 4 hours with us. And please come and check out the stream when you can.
And suffering through my glorious presence.
Significant shrinkage.
Goodbye.